Welcome to Mystic Realms Recap. Links are in the description below. Please show some love of the author and me. On to the show.
In the end, under the extremely cold polar night, Father Wolf and Mother Wolf decided to take refuge temporarily after discussing with each other. The wolves quietly retreated from the cave under the leadership of the wolf father and mother, leaving only a bunch of herbivorous species in captivity in the cave. However, the heavy armored tanks of the new human team continued to advance, and the radar signal showed fluctuations and signs of life after a while. This made almost everyone in the heavy tank tense up. It has been more than 10 days, and this is the first time that such fluctuations have appeared on the radar. I just don't know if it's an ordinary species, or a real strange beast. Captain, this life sign is very active, not just one, it's tens of thousands. At this time, Sander looked at the countless radio waves coming from the radar detector, and he couldn't help feeling his scalp go numb. In fact, Sander and a group of experts and scholars were angry only because they were too incompetent to explore the North Pole, and they gained nothing. But there are real signs of life, or such dense signs of life, but Sander can't help feeling afraid, because Sander, who had combat experience with many alien beasts, knew the combat power of those alien beasts too well, too scary. The large caliber bullets and shells, that used to penetrate several layers of steel, could not break the defenses of those terrifying beasts at all. Moreover, the strange fluorescence and power of the strange beasts emerge endlessly, making them hard to guard against. Once encountering a strange beast, it often means the withering of countless lives. Especially this time, there are still so many life traces fluctuating. But even if Sander was terrified, it wasn't him who made the decision. As the captain of the new human team, Bob looked at the fluctuations of the signs of life, pondered for a long time, and finally ordered to move in the direction of the fluctuations. In fact, the wolf father and the wolf mother have not gone to the cave to inspect the captive herbivores for many days, because they are worried about the copper-colored giant beast. Therefore, whether it is Bob or the wolf father and mother who left, what they don't know is that the caves where herbivorous species are kept in captivity are undergoing shocking changes. Countless groups of lemmings are coming out from under the ice and snow in the North Pole. The group of lemmings couldn't be seen at a glance. Each lemming's eyes were red, and their teeth were ground very sharply, full of fighting and bloodthirsty atmosphere. Even in the deepest part of the snow cave that the lemming left, there are still several very tyrannical auras. One of them, a giant lemming with a size of 100 meters, also crawled out of the snow cave slowly, with a pair of huge blood-red eyes, looking at these fat herbivores with greed. This giant lemming is the undisputed king of the lemming pack. It's just that as a lemming, it is more cautious and timid than a different species of grizzly. Although it has already evolved into a different species, it has never come out of the ice and snow, and has been hiding in the dark depths of the snow cave without seeing the light of day. This is even more so after the wolves dominate this forest and cold area, because it can feel from the reports of ordinary lemmings that there is a powerful king on the ground ruling this ice and snow land in the North Pole. The Supreme King also put great pressure on it. In order to avoid the detection of the Supreme King's sensitive sensory organs, it dared not reveal its aura too much, even in the depths of the snow cave. In order to continue to grow stronger, it asked many lemmings under its command to look for pure energy. With the accumulation of time and the support of millions of lemmings under his command, the growth rate of the Lemming King can be called a monster. After all, when a group doesn't count their hard work or their lives, the resources they can find are extremely terrifying. Now the Lemming King finally feels that he is qualified to crawl out from under the dark snow cave. It also wants to be a real king on the ice and snow like the powerful Wolf King. It wants to devour all the species on this ice and snow land, and then lead the whole family to migrate to any place with pure energy. Eat nothing. It will lead millions of endless lemmings under its command to devour everything. When this area is swallowed up, head to the entire North Pole. When the North Pole is finished, rush out of the North Pole. The world is so big, wherever their overwhelming lemming swarms go, they will devour them. The Lemming King, who has been carefully developed for more than a year, is now under unprecedented strength, and his blood-red eyes are full of ambition. At this time, in the land of adventures, Su Lin, who had already started to prepare for unification, did not know that such a big change had occurred in the territory of the wolf pack in the south. Not to mention that the source of this mutation is lemmings. The lemming family is the most diverse species in the Arctic Circle, but because it is too weak, it is also the least valued. No matter what kind of hunter, once they encounter lemmings, they can catch a few and eat them. However, there are too many lemmings. No matter how the hunters of the Arctic ice sheets hunt, they cannot interfere with their crazy reproduction. Only after multiplying to a certain extent, these lemmings will fall into a riot and start migrating rapidly. On the way of rapid migration, countless stragglers will naturally die. Such a scene has also been recognized by some scholars and experts passed back to human society, and collectively named lemmings jumped into the sea and committed suicide. It is precisely because of this rumor that lemmings have entered the field of vision of many people. This is indeed a rumor, but there is no denying the amazing reproductive ability of lemmings. And now it is based on the premise of a huge number, that an extremely terrifying group of lemmings has been born. It's just that the most important thing, in Su Lin's eyes, is the wolf father and wolf mother. He attaches great importance to this family relationship. If it is said that the deer group killed more than 20 wolves, it would have formed a blood feud with the wolves, so whoever dares to touch wolf father and wolf mother is an endless blood feud for Su Lin. It's just that it is too far away from the southern territory. Even if Su Lin's senses are extremely sensitive, it is impossible to sense things thousands of miles away. So what he is going to do now is to unify the land of adventures. More than half a month after the last battle, Surin fully assembled the members of the wolf pack under his command again. The wolf clan, which originally had more than 300 heads, did not lose many members in the last war, and the injured were all healed by the cousin's talent. Therefore, after gathering dozens of unprofessional wandering lone wolves in the land of adventures, the scale expanded even more. Now most of the members of the wolf pack are above level 6 in strength, which is the strength of the leader of the wolf pack in the past. The size of each wolf clan is also more than 2 meters. The power of a wolf clan of such strength and size is daunting. The more than 30 bears under Xiao Bei's command also stood together to accept the inspection of the Wolf King. After half a month of rest and recuperation, the wolf spirits have been raised to a peak. Every wolf and bear has surging fanaticism in their eyes. In this expedition of wolves, the Wolf King led them to drive for hundreds of miles, allowing them to truly witness the invincible power of what is invincible. Therefore, in their hearts, the Wolf King has already truly become the invincible spiritual pillar and belief in their hearts. With the Wolf King, their faith is there. This time Su Lin stood on a high snow slope and inspected the wolves for a long time. That pair of golden brown eyes swept over one member after another, and the glances made all the members of the wolf pack under his command excited and inexplicable. Usually the Wolf King parade is over in a few minutes, but this time it took a long time for them to disband. Therefore, many alien wolf clans and bear clans also keenly sensed something. The eyes that were already full of enthusiasm burst out with a more seductive light again, and the huge body immediately exuded the strong fighting spirit before the war. This fighting spirit affected the entire wolf pack, and the blood flowing in the bodies of hundreds of wolves and dozens of bears under the wolves began to boil inexplicably. In this turbulent atmosphere, a thunderous howling of wolves resounded under the pitch-black night sky. That is, Su Lin's wolf howl completely set off another bloody conquest in the land of adventures. The howling sound of the Wolf King also raised the fighting spirit of the entire wolf pack, and it was once again overshadowed in an instant. This strong fighting spirit rushed straight into the pitch-black night sky. The roar of the wolves and the roar of the bears made the arrogance of the wolves rise again to the point when they slaughtered the deer that day. The monstrous arrogance of the wolves permeated the cold and icy world. Such an arrogance of wolves made Su Lin very satisfied. The current pack of wolves is the pack of wolves that can provide him with infinite support, and it is the pack of wolves that can rampage across the Arctic ice sheet. With such a pack of wolves, today's battle to unify the land of adventures will surely be won. After these days of exploration by the little lone wolf, he has already roughly learned the functions of the two talents of the Arctic silver fox. Control talent. You can forcibly use your mental power to control and influence your opponents. This talent is very weird, ignoring any defense. It's just that the alien species that can be controlled must not have too much willpower, otherwise it will not have the desired effect. Strong willpower is the strongest means that can counter all spiritual talents. As Su Lin, who has suffered from the pain of destruction and rebirth and the pain of multiple enhanced serums, he has absolute confidence in his own willpower. The most important thing is spiritual power, and Su Lin also has it. So he also wanted to see how high the mental strength of the Arctic silver fox was. As for the poisonous mist soul devouring, it is a poisonous talent. It's just that this poisonous talent directly acts on the soul. But as long as it has something to do with poison, Su Lin is even more fearless. Under the talent of healing, 100 poisons are invulnerable. If the Arctic silver foxes only have these two means, then the capital they are usually proud of will probably come to an end here. This land of adventures, the so-called hardest bone, Su Lin not only wants to gnaw it down, it must be completely smashed, so that all the alien species in the land of adventures can see the boundless arrogance and power of the wolves. Amidst the howls of many wolves and bears, Su Lin also let out a low howl, began to issue orders to the first wolf and the second wolf under his command. This time, the land of unifying adventures is different from the previous hunting of deer and muskoxen. Dozens of alien species and nearly 1,000 common species in the land of adventures are scattered in every corner of the land of adventures. What Su Lin wants to do is to devour the land of adventures, so as not to allow the other alien species to have time to react and unite. So it's time to really test the wolves' ability to fight independently after leaving themselves. Sooner or later there will be such a day. After all, it is impossible for Su Lin to be by their side all the time, nor is it possible to always be behind them to protect them from the wind and rain. These wolves and bears have to really carry the sky. What Su Lin assigned to the little lone wolf was the alien lemming that injured it last time. Get up wherever you fall. He believes that the little lone wolf will not let him down. The last time the little lone wolf went to search by himself, but this time, there are more than 200 male wolves under his command to guard him. The wolves have never ruled the roost with the strength of a single player. The power of a real wolf group hunting far exceeds that of a single player. After receiving the signal from his boss, the little lone wolf immediately howled. A pair of light blue wolf eyes, full of strong confidence. This battle must kill that alien lemming. Then there is the cousin and the jackal. The jackal has also been promoted to level 8 during this period, but neither the cousin nor the jackal has the vicious combat power of the little lone wolf after all. Therefore, the task given to the two of them is to lead the female wolves under their command. The alien species below level 10, found by the wolves, must either be subdued or exterminated. Since the land of adventures is to be unified, Su Lin never leaves hidden dangers. Those who do not surrender will die. Perhaps these alien species did not provoke the wolves, but the cruel law of nature is the law of the jungle. After receiving Su Lin's signal, the cousin and the jackal also howled respectfully and swarmed away with many female wolves under their command. It can be said that the male wolves under the little lone wolf and the female wolves under the cousin accounted for almost 80% of the wolf pack. After the two sides swarmed away, only 20 elite wolves and 30 bears were left in the mighty pack of wolves. Although there are not many left, their combat power is terrifyingly strong. But at the same time, Su Lin leads the opponents they will face, and they are also the two most powerful forces in this land of adventures. Bird variants and Arctic silver foxes. Roar. Perhaps it was Xiao Bai and Xiao Hui who also felt what their boss was thinking, so they howled and roared. The howling of wolves and the roar of bears both brought forth an indomitable arrogance. They are the most cared for members of the Wolf King and the whole wolf pack. Several times of distributing the flesh and blood of different species, the elite wolf clan led by Xiao Hui and the bear clan led by Xiao Bai got the most points. So if there is a bloody battle, it is natural to go forward. Seeing their morale, Su Lin's golden brown wolf eyes flashed with relief. Xiao Hui, Xiao Bai, Wengsong, Baisong, and 2 alien wolves in the elite wolf clan. It can be said that less than half of the alien species of the wolf pack are here. During these days, Wengsong and Baisong were the first to reach level 16. It's just that the talents of the two of them can't compare with little lone wolf's mad wolf talent. Therefore, the combat power is much weaker than that of the little lone wolf. But even so, the two level 16 aliens also have very powerful combat power. This time the wolves intend to unify all the hunters in the land of adventures, to wipe out all the hunters who do not submit to the wolves in the land of adventures. Even if there are only a dozen wolves guarding the food in the caves and ice caves, there is no need to worry about the food in the horde, because powerful aliens and hunters have been targeted by wolves during this expedition. At this time, the wolves were divided into 3 forces, and went straight to various places in the land of adventures. Su Lin led more than 20 elite wolves, and more than 30 bears to the territory of the Arctic silver fox. The wolves moved in full force, with a majestic momentum. Along the way, some ordinary species in the land of adventure saw such a raging pack of wolves. They all hid in their caves and shivered, not daring to make a sound, because half a month ago, the scene of the bloody slaughter of the wolves was still deeply imprinted in their minds. It's just that these ordinary species are not within the scope of the wolves' targeting, because these common species pose no threat to wolves. In addition, the land of adventure cannot only be left with wolves, some common species must be left to thrive, otherwise, it will be difficult for the wolves to even obtain food in the future. At this time, the wolves really moved forward at full speed, and the speed was very fast. It didn't take long at all, and after running for dozens of miles, the little lone wolf and his cousin almost reached the target they wanted to hunt. This time to dominate the land of adventure, the emphasis is on efficiency. Lightning annihilation battle. I don't want these heterogeneous species to really have a chance to unite, and I don't want them to raise the determination to fight the wolves to the death. At this time, the loud howling of wolves had already sounded everywhere in this land of adventures, accompanied by the angry roars of the alien lemmings and the screams of other alien species. Su Lin also led his pack of wolves to the territory of the Arctic silver fox. The Arctic silver fox's territory had been alerted long after the wolves entered the land of adventures last time, so just after Su Lin led the pack of wolves into the territory of the Arctic silver fox, there was a very sharp fox cry. This voice is extremely sharp, as if it wants to directly penetrate the soul of a person. An Arctic silver fox and more than 30 ordinary Arctic foxes confronted the wolves directly. It looked at the swarming pack of wolves with shock in its eyes. It even saw that the white wolf not only didn't stop at all amidst the screams of its own demonstration, but the peak speed of the whole body exploded. Boom! A huge sonic boom exploded in the cold air. At a speed of more than 400 meters per second, the white wolf came towards him, like a stream of silvery white light in the dark night. Those golden brown wolf eyes were full of coldness, and a strong killing intent burst out from the huge pack of white wolves. This killing intent made the Arctic silver fox, who was still very proud just now, feel a deadly threat of death. Oh! It tweeted even more intensely in an instant. The Arctic silver fox, who was very proud in the past, never thought that the wolves would attack so suddenly. They are used to being aloof in this territory, and are used to being admired by all kinds of different species and species. Who would have thought that there would be a day when hunters would kill their territory so arrogantly? The cry of the Arctic silver fox was very sharp, and instantly spread throughout the territory of the Arctic silver fox. The call and the scream of the enemy's attack also caused the entire Arctic silver fox territory to riot in an instant. But in this short scream, Su Lin has already rushed to the front. This Arctic silver fox is the vigilant Arctic silver fox we met last time, a level 23 Arctic silver fox. This is one of the highest ranking individuals in the Arctic silver fox territory. This made the killing intent in Su Lin's eyes even stronger. Kill the strongest ones. Only in this way can all species know what timidity and fear are, and let them know the determination of the wolves to dominate the land of adventure. Anyone standing in the way of the wolves will die. Ah! There was an earth-shattering wolf howl, and Su Lin's body exuded a very strong dark blue fluorescent light. The fluorescence was quickly restrained into the body, and a pair of golden brown wolf eyes instantly transformed into dark blue. The talent wolf howls, and it's still an A-level talent, howling wolf, no matter in terms of damage range or attack speed. No species can escape at all. A violent rolling sound wave rushed directly towards this Arctic silver fox. Su Lin's coming up is lore. A howl of a wolf frightened the Arctic silver fox first, and then he followed closely behind. At such a close distance, the Arctic silver fox didn't react at all. Pone! The tyrannical sound waves hit the Arctic silver fox's body, and the sound waves, which had half of Su Lin's attack power, instantly shook the Arctic silver fox's skin, internal organs, and eyes to the point that several cracks appeared. Those jet black eyes, which were originally very beautiful, also turned blood red in an instant. The Arctic silver fox also flew upside down under the impact of this tyrannical sound wave. But when it was in mid-air, struggling to activate its talent to suppress its own pain, Su Lin's huge wolf body had already arrived in front of him. Boom! A huge sonic boom sounded, and sonic boom clouds suddenly appeared in the dark night sky. Su Lin looked at the severely injured Arctic silver fox, jumped up, and came to the mid-air of a full 100 meters. The claw spines that have evolved to more than 40 centimeters have also completely popped out of the hair. The blood-red eyes of the severely injured Arctic silver fox also noticed the leaping white wolf again, and its expression changed from shock and anger to panic and fear. It had indeed witnessed the invincible combat power of the white wolf last time, and it was precisely because of the invincible combat power of the white wolf that they had to retreat. Otherwise, they also wanted to take advantage of the white wolf, and the alien grizzly bear, the alien reindeer king, and the alien muskox king on both sides, so that they could reap the benefits of the fisherman. Not only are they envious of the flesh and blood of the white wolf, and several tyrannical alien species full of pure energy, but they are also envious of the vast territory of this land of adventures. It's just that they didn't dare to make a move in the end, because they didn't want to bet on whether the white wolf had any cards. But that time I was just watching the battle from a distance, and I didn't feel deeply. This time, it was a real face-to-face confrontation with the white wolf. Only by really confronting this white wolf can we personally experience this white wolf's astonishing combat power and wanton, Rising killing intent? This killing intent made it feel extremely terrified. Oh! The Arctic silver fox screamed in mid-air, wanting to activate the talent, and with the help of the talent, struggled to the death with the white wolf. But before it finished singing completely, and before its talent was fully activated, Su Lin's ruthless claw directly smashed into the soft belly of the Arctic silver fox from mid-air. This blow was extremely heavy, with an attack power of nearly 30 tons. Such a blow, not to mention the light body, and only the Arctic silver fox with a body size of 3 or 4 meters, even the alien grizzly bear, and the alien reindeer king could only shed blood in the sky in the face of such a blow. Pong! The huge sound of flesh and blood colliding exploded in mid-air. The Arctic silver fox's body fell directly downward like a cannonball. The speed was extremely fast and the impact was so strong that the Arctic silver fox made a deep ice pit on the ice after landing. The ice layer is several feet thick and has been frozen for an unknown number of years. Under the impact of this heavy landing, there are also dense cracks spreading towards the surroundings. As for the Arctic silver fox, which was not known for its vitality, after receiving such a heavy blow, blood was overflowing from its mouth, ears, and corners of its eyes. Surin's thick wolf claws cut a terrible wound deep enough to completely shatter the bones on the soft abdomen. Under such injuries, the intestines and internal organs of the Arctic silver fox are clearly visible. Even the intestines were torn apart by wolf claws, and flowed from the belly to the ice. In such a scene, the eyes of 30 or 40 Arctic foxes of ordinary species around them were filled with incomparable horror. They never thought that one day, the leader who used to be aloof and powerful would be beaten to pieces on the ice like a pile of rotten meat in a short period of time. At this time, Su Lin's huge wolf body crashed to the ground, and his thick wolf claws stood firmly on the ice. After Su Lin landed, a pair of dark blue wolf eyes once again looked at the Arctic silver fox that had been seriously injured, even dying. The vitality value of the Arctic silver fox is almost the lowest among the different species of the same level, only about 2,000 points, even worse than an ordinary polar bear. So after the howling of a talented wolf just at close range, plus Su Lin's full blow, even though this Arctic silver fox is an alien species of more than 20 levels, even if it is supported by the tenacious vitality of the alien species, it obviously cannot survive. It's just that this Arctic silver fox is obviously unwilling to die like this. It was supporting itself forcibly, and looked at the white wolf with incomparable resentment, in a pair of blood-filled eyes. How long has it ruled the land of adventures, O fly? And when did it fall to this point? In a real-life and death fight, it was about to die under the claws of this white wolf just after the fight, and it obviously never provoked the wolves at all, and even agreed with the wolves to occupy the largest territory in the land of adventures. But this white wolf is not satisfied yet. Come and devour their territory. Under the extreme resentment, the Arctic silver fox, who had been so traumatized, forcibly struggled to stand up. Then, with the determination to die, he mobilized the spiritual power of his whole body, and instantly activated his only 2 talents. Talent control. Talent poison mist soul devourer. It's just that when the talent fluorescence just rose, Su Lin's huge wolf body moved instantly. The distance between the two was only more than 200 meters, so in less than half a second, he came to the Arctic silver fox again. Pooh! This time, the thick wolf claws directly pierced the Arctic silver fox's chest. Su Lin's wolf claws are now about 3 meters long, but this Arctic silver fox is less than 4 meters long. You can imagine how great the pain and trauma the Arctic silver fox suffers when the wolf claws are completely pierced in. Oh! The Arctic silver fox was in so much pain that it went mad. Even the dual talent fluorescence that was about to be turned on just now flickered fiercely for a moment under the extreme pain and fatal injury, and finally collapsed. Su Lin's dark blue wolf eyes are full of coldness. Even if this Arctic silver fox wants to display its talents, it has become a luxury. It didn't take much effort for Su Lin to kill the powerful alien muskox king, and the alien grizzly bear parasitized by the weed daughter, not to mention a mere Arctic silver fox with only about 2,000 blood points. The Arctic silver fox relies on nothing more than its own mysterious talent and spiritual power, but now Su Lin uses the bloodiest facts to let them know that, when the strength is truly extreme, it can destroy everything instantly. Under the extreme speed and attack power, the talent that the Arctic silver fox is usually proud of has not been displayed at all. The thick wolf claws stabbed directly from the front chest of the Arctic silver fox to the open wound on the abdomen. From front to back, all organs and bones were completely torn apart by this blow. The heart, liver, lungs, and intestines and stomach were all turned into bloody fragments, and the blood flowed out from the wound. The Arctic silver fox could also feel that its little blood value was rapidly disappearing. In a short time, It almost disappeared, but the Arctic silver fox is really unwilling to die like this. It is still struggling. Oh, a cry that was no longer sharp, and even weak, sounded again. The Arctic silver fox held on to a sliver of consciousness and used up its last mental strength to attack Surin. This spiritual power is invisible, but it can destroy the spirit and soul. It's just that the spiritual power of the Arctic silver fox is very mixed, far inferior to the purity of Su Lin's spiritual power. When this mental power attacked Surin, he originally wanted to use his own willpower to resist, but before he could take any action, the tyrannical devouring power and mysterious spiritual power in his body were all activated, and they went towards the spiritual power of the Arctic silver fox. The spiritual power of the Arctic silver fox in Surin's body is like a young child breaking into the devil's lair, being swallowed up in an instant. But the tyrannical devouring power was not satisfied at all, and went directly to the source of spiritual power again. The devouring power is just like the pure power that robbed the different flower Heigengallen last time, like a bandit plundering all the spiritual power in the Arctic silver fox. The consciousness of the Arctic silver fox, when it was dying, was instantly destroyed by this tyrannical devouring power, and all the spiritual power in its body was completely swallowed and purified by the devouring power. Even the tyrannical devouring power completely devoured the huge energy and blood of the Arctic silver fox, making the Arctic silver fox 3 to 4 meters into a piece of dry fox fur in a short period of time. This horrifying scene made the eyes of many Arctic foxes, who were still thinking about saving their leader, extremely horrified. Looking at this white wolf, it was as if they saw a white devil. They were terrified to the extreme and howled miserably, scattered and fled. In a short time, instantly kill an Arctic silver fox. Surin's invincible combat power also shocked the members of the wolf pack, who had just arrived. At this time, Su Lin also took advantage of the opportunity to step on the skin of the Arctic silver fox, directly under the thick wolf claws, and with a long roar, many wolves and bears under his command started hunting the fleeing Arctic fox. It was at this time that dense gray messages appeared in front of Su Lin's eyes. Ding! Congratulations to the host for devouring the spiritual power of the Arctic silver fox and gaining 25,000 evolutionary points. Ding! Congratulations to the host for swallowing the eye of the Arctic silver fox, level 23, and gaining 5,700 evolution points. Ding! Congratulations to the host for eating a gifted serum has been purified. Ding! The host devours a different kind of Arctic silver fox and gains 330 evolution points. The spiritual power of the Arctic silver fox was completely plundered by the power of devouring, and the devouring of spiritual power did not reduce the evolutionary value, like the flesh and blood of different species. Instead, it is a one-time acquisition, with a huge evolutionary value of 25,000 points. In addition, the combination of the essence of the Arctic silver fox and the flesh and blood genes also provided nearly 30,000 evolution points. The evolution value provided by this Arctic silver fox made Su Lin's eyes light up, but at the same time, the sequel of the whole Arctic silver fox's flesh and blood essence being swallowed up by the devouring force also came. This Arctic silver fox weighs 700 to 800 caddies, and the huge pure power transformed by so many genes and flesh impacts on its limbs and bones. The strong sense of fullness made Su Lin feel full in his stomach. He suppressed the discomfort with force. Su Lin knew that he couldn't rely on the power of devouring to kill the enemy, otherwise, the Arctic silver fox hadn't finished killing, but he would be strangled to death first. At this time, he let out a long roar, wantonly swaying the abundant pure energy in his body. Now that the big battle is just around the corner, Su Lin has no time to adjust his breath, and can only consume the excess pure energy in his body during the fierce battle. After killing this Arctic silver fox thoroughly, he sensed several tyrannical auras rushing towards this direction in the depths of the Arctic silver fox's territory. Su Lin knew that it was the remaining Arctic silver fox, which made the cold killing intent in his wolf eyes rekindled. The blood of an Arctic silver fox is not enough to defeat this group. Only when life is withered in the ice and snow, and blood is swayed under the night sky, can the Arctic silver fox be killed until its proud head is lowered. The Arctic silver fox was the uncrowned king of this land of adventures before, but after this battle, the king of this land of adventures will be wolves. After the arrival of several Arctic silver foxes, seeing the scene of bloodshed and massacre, the eyes were filled with uncontrollable shock and anger. After seeing the dried Arctic silver fox fur under Surin's blood-stained wolf paws, the anger in their eyes boiled even more. The ear-piercing screams of the Arctic silver fox resounded over this cold area. Now, almost all the remaining Arctic silver foxes have arrived. Among them are 2 alien species above level 20, and 3 Arctic silver foxes above level 10. One head is missing. I don't know if that Arctic silver fox is going to unite with other alien species, but Su Lin didn't retreat in the slightest. This time, it was supposed to unify the land of adventures, and all alien species that did not surrender to the wolves and threaten the wolves must be eradicated. The alien species that can pose a threat to the wolves in this land of adventures are all under the conquest of the wolves. Ah! Su Lin let out another loud wolf howl soaring into the sky, and several Arctic silver foxes also screamed sharply. The strongest of them is a level 28 alien. This kind of strength surpassed the alien reindeer king, or even the alien grizzly bear. It's just that you have to try it to know how many catties it weighs. The howling of wolves and the howling of foxes intertwined together under the dark night sky. Several Arctic silver foxes have very high IQs, and it only took them a short time to get here after hearing the tweets of their companions. But in less than a minute, the companion died in battle, and was strangely turned into a dry fur. So after their face-to-face confrontation with the white wolf, they didn't hesitate at all, and all of them instantly activated their talents. Talent control, talent poison mist, soul devourer. All are dual talents. Gray fluorescence and black fluorescence are intertwined together. After the fluorescent light flickered on the Arctic silver fox's body for a moment, it was all absorbed into the body. The Arctic silver fox's eyes also turned into one dark gray and one black ink color. It looks very weird and scary. Oh! At this time, the cry of the Arctic silver fox became more sharp and piercing. Then several huge invisible spiritual forces attacked Su Lin. Su Lin didn't let this spiritual power rush into his mind, otherwise he would trigger the devouring power in his body. It would be really fun to watch. Ah! The dark blue fluorescence in his wolf eyes flashed, and the talent wolf howl activated again. The rolling and tyrannical sound waves are heading towards these spiritual forces. The sound wave is also invisible, and the wolf howling sound wave strengthened to a level, both in terms of attack speed and killing range, far exceeds the coverage of the Arctic silver fox's mental power. Therefore, under this howling of wolves, the tyrannical sound wave impact not only severely affected the mental strength of several Arctic silver foxes. Chang! The mental fluctuations quickly turned back. Even under this sound wave, several Arctic silver foxes were shaken back tens of meters away. Pung, pung, pung! A huge roar sounded. The ice piles along the way shattered, and the ice layer was lifted up layer by layer. With a howl of power, the strange eyes of many Arctic silver foxes showed shock, because half a month ago, they had just fought against each other, and it was obvious that the white wolf had become stronger again. With just a howl of a wolf, even though several Arctic silver foxes were far away, they still only felt that their internal organs and bones were shaken to the point of internal injuries. The 3 Arctic silver foxes, which were only a dozen or so levels, were coughing up blood from the howl of wolves, and their fur was cracked several times. His hair, which can change color according to the environment, was also shaken and fell off a lot. The white wolf in front of him became stronger too quickly, which made several Arctic silver foxes feel a little regretful that they didn't fight off the white wolf with the alien muskox king and alien grizzly bear some time ago. But in this world, no one will start over because of someone's regret, and Su Lin didn't give them too much time to regret. The speed value as high as 920 started again. It's just that his stomach was so full that he only showed 80% of his peak speed. But even if 80% still reached the speed of sound, boom, the huge sonic boom roared again. Su Lin rushed directly towards several Arctic silver foxes. Several Arctic silver foxes also let out a vehement chirp, thick black mist swaying from their bodies. This black mist swept towards Surin with the power to make the soul tremble. This black mist is the biggest means of killing the Arctic silver fox. The poisonous mist devours the soul. This talent is also a talent that ignores defense. That is, with this talent, an unknown number of alien species lay dead on the ice field in the battle with the Arctic silver fox. Whether it's control talent or poisonous mist devouring souls, they are extremely lethal to ordinary aliens. Facing this kind of talent, even if the strength of other alien species is stronger than the Arctic silver fox, they still have to stay away. But Surin is different. He has no fear at all of these methods of the Arctic silver fox. Su Lin rushed over at full speed. Black mist wrapped around his whole body, and the huge wolf body was covered by black mist. This is not the poisonous mist soul devouring of one Arctic silver fox, but the poisonous mist of several Arctic silver foxes united together. When the poisonous mist just touched Surin's wolf body, he could feel the restlessness of his physical and mental strength. It seems that this poisonous mist devourer's soul is a great threat to mental power. But before the poison mist soul devourer showed its power, Su Lin's top-level healing talent began to work quickly. The current healing talent has reached the S level, and the effect is against the sky. Even if you don't use physical strength to move it, after being passively stimulated, it will make Su Lin look like a burning furnace. The black mist is quickly evaporated into puff after puff of gas. The evaporated and dispersed black mist rose wantonly on Surin's huge wolf body. This makes him look even more invincible. In the eyes of several Arctic silver foxes, they feel more and more troublesome and terrifying. Even their poisonous mist-soul devouring talent, which is the most lethal, can't help this white wolf at all. Boo! In the end, it was the Arctic silver fox with a level 28 attribute, screaming like crazy again. A blood-red fluorescent light burst out from his body. This level 28 Arctic silver fox is stronger than other Arctic silver foxes. What it has is not only control and poisonous mist-soul devouring talent, it also has the last talent that can be called desperate. With this talent, the black and gray eyes of the Arctic silver fox turned blood red strangely, and the aura and attributes of the Arctic silver fox also skyrocketed, especially the mental power, which was already hard to guard against, more than doubled out of thin air. It's just that after displaying the talent of blood red fluorescence, the injuries caused by the roar of wolves on this Arctic silver fox were not only not suppressed, but strands of blood overflowed from its mouth, ears, and eyes. This talent looks like lore or something, paying a huge price in exchange for the improvement of super strength. At this time, the Arctic silver fox looked at Su Lin with coldness and killing intent. How long has the Arctic silver fox family ruled in the land of adventures? No matter what kind of alien species is in this area, you must respect them. Only this white wolf, the fierceness and iron-blooded slaughter of this white wolf are rare in the life of an Arctic silver fox. Originally thought that half of the territory of the land of adventures could fill the appetite of this white wolf, but now it is found that it is not enough. What this white wolf wants is everything in the land of adventures, including the territory of their Arctic silver foxes, and even their lives. In this way, is there any retreat for the Arctic silver fox? Never die. There is only immortality. Now these Arctic silver foxes have deeply experienced the state of mind of the muskox king. Fight against the water for supremacy. If you win, you will perish. This white wolf and the wolves under his command are like a tyrant, who kills wherever he goes. How can such a tyrant tolerate the existence of species that threaten wolves? Only desperately fight a bloody way. Oh, this Arctic silver fox is desperate. With the huge bonus of blood-red talent, its speed has also broken through to the speed of sound. It is faintly on par with the current Su Lin. Boom. The Arctic silver fox's claws, which were not originally sharp, became very sharp with the addition. With bursts of sonic booms, the strongest Arctic silver fox and Surin fight together. As for the rest of the Arctic silver foxes, since their talent for control could not control Surin, and their mental power could not resist their talent for howling wolves, they cruelly set their sights on the group under their command. Ordinary Arctic foxes were controlled by them, and then they used the bodies of ordinary Arctic foxes mixed with terrifying mental power to charge towards Surin with the momentum of a suicide charge. Hundreds of Arctic foxes of ordinary species, under the addition of huge spiritual power, rushed towards Su Lin without fear of death. Eyes, ears, nose, belly, any weaknesses of Surin were targeted by them. It is absolutely impossible for the Arctic fox's claws and teeth to break through Su Lin's defense. Even the weak point's defense cannot be broken at all, but it contains the terrifying spiritual power of several Arctic silver foxes. Under this mental power, when the Arctic foxes approached Surin, the mental power in their bodies exploded like a bomb. Pong, pong, pong. Amidst loud noises, the flesh and blood of the Arctic fox splattered, and fragments of internal organs splashed everywhere. But the terrifying spiritual power contained in it really worked this time. These mental powers were like sharp glass that exploded, and they shot at Su Lin's huge wolf body. Since Su Lin was fighting with the strongest Arctic silver fox, he didn't have time to dodge. His eyes, abdomen, and nose were instantly traumatized by the burst of mental power, dripping with blood, and the faintly fluorescent blood from the wolf's body flowed out again. The shards of mental power that broke through the defense of the wolf's body were instantly digested by the devouring power and mysterious spiritual power in the body. But the wounds caused by these fragments of mental power really made Su Lin feel the pain. Ah! A wolf howl resounded, and the hundreds of Arctic foxes rushing forward were also shattered in half by this wolf howl. Bloody killing. This scene made the eyes of several Arctic silver foxes in the distance filled with heartache. How little time have these common species of Arctic foxes followed them? Any species with a high IQ will have all kinds of emotions. Are they Arctic silver foxes? But no matter how heartbroken they were, they still gritted their teeth and controlled the last half of the Arctic foxes to rush towards the white wolf. This white wolf is not dead. How can the Arctic silver fox clan have a foothold? The strongest Arctic silver fox also screamed sharply again, and rushed towards Su Lin. Every attack is also mixed with the assistance of vigorous mental power. This mental power is like condensing an invisible sword, bringing out a heart-stopping terrifying power. It's just that the attack of mental power didn't show the effect it should have in this fight. With a cold expression on his face, Su Lin was fighting in blood. The hair that was originally as white as snow all over the body was once again stained with blood. To be honest, he never thought that these Arctic silver foxes could fight to the death. Su Lin originally wanted to kill a few Arctic silver foxes headed by them, and leave 1 or 2 Arctic silver foxes to join the wolf pack, because the Arctic silver fox's talent and spiritual power are indeed a sharp sword. It can help the wolves wipe out too many opponents in the future. But since these Arctic silver foxes insist on seeking death, then let them be satisfied. Ah, there was another earth-shattering howl of wolves, and the rolling sound waves swept across 20 or 30 Arctic foxes. The bodies of these fragile, ordinary Arctic foxes exploded instantly. At the same time, the elite wolf clan and bear clan under Su Lin also killed several Arctic silver foxes in the distance, and began to surround and kill these Arctic silver foxes. A bloody storm broke out in this area with the most luxuriant aquatic plants. The Arctic silver fox family grew up relying on this dense water and grass, and the blood that passed away finally nourished this ice and snow land again. While Su Lin was fighting with the strongest Arctic silver fox, he let out a long roar again. He couldn't drag it any longer, because in his sensitive senses, he suddenly felt several equally powerful auras flying towards this direction again. One of the breaths is extremely fast. Undoubtedly it is a different species of peregrine falcon, so Su Lin also activated his hunting talent during the long roar. Today's hunting talent has a full 4 minutes, which is enough time. Since those exotic birds are also here, let's kill them. Ah! Amidst the loud and rough wolf howls, the hunting talent suppressed the wounds on Surin's wolf body. His wolf eyes with the cold killing intent turned into blood. Operation timed out after 60,001 milliseconds with 1,166 bytes received. This head has a full level 28 Arctic silver fox, blood-stained on the ice field. It is the strongest of the Arctic silver fox family, and also the undisputed king of the Arctic silver foxes. All the alien species in the land of adventures would shy away from it when they saw it before, but now, the king of the Arctic silver fox, after sacrificing his essence and vitality into strength, he still can't stop the death god from coming. Oh, it desperately wanted to chirp again, but the chirping sound was so weak that only it could hear it. Every organ and bone in the Arctic silver fox was completely shattered, and the lungs were no exception. It knew it was going to die, but in its blood-filled eyes, it is full of nostalgia for this cold and adventurous place. There is even more reluctance in the eyes of the remaining Arctic foxes and Arctic silver foxes that are still alive. But its injury was too serious. Even the strong vitality of the alien species couldn't support it. Soon, the blood-colored fluorescent light on his body flickered for a moment and then collapsed. After the fluorescence collapsed, the Arctic silver fox also began to age at an extremely fast speed. The essence of life and potential were all sacrificed during the shopping fight with the white wolf. This scene caused a cold light to flash in Su Lin's eyes. He never expected that the last talent of this Arctic silver fox would be so domineering. But this Arctic silver fox has the essence, therefore, he didn't hesitate too much, and before the essence part collapsed, he stretched out his wolf claws, and pulled out the faintly fluorescent eyes of the Arctic silver fox, and swallowed them into the wolf's mouth. Ding! Congratulations to the host for swallowing the eye of the Arctic silver fox, level 28, and gaining 12,000 evolution points. Ding! Congratulations to the host for eating a gifted serum has been purified. 2 light gray message prompts flashed, which also meant that the life of the strongest Arctic silver fox was over here. This Arctic silver fox has grown from an ordinary Arctic fox to the present, and it is undoubtedly the protagonist of this era in the land of adventures. But I met Su Lin. The law of the jungle preys on the strong. This is the cycle of heaven in nature. After devouring the essence of this Arctic silver fox, Su Lin didn't waste any more time, and rushed directly to the swift and tyrannical aura. Chirp! At this time, a crisp howl resounded through the night sky, and even briefly overwhelmed the sound of several Arctic silver foxes fighting with wolves. An alien peregrine falcon with a body length of only 3 or 4 meters but a wingspan of 100 meters appeared in front of Su Lin, and the wolves with a huge sonic boom. Peregrine falcons are sky birds of prey. Even an ordinary peregrine falcon has a speed of nearly 100 meters per second. Not to mention this 20-level alien peregrine falcon. The peregrine falcon has a pair of huge wings. The wings are long and pointed. The feathers are extremely hard, and a pair of sharp claws are enough to crack stones. The area around the eyes is yellow, and the eyes are full of cold eyes. The IQ of the alien peregrine falcon is not low, so when it sensed the fierce battle in the territory of the Arctic silver fox, it rushed over quickly. Since the last bloody expedition to the land of adventures, the wolves are equivalent to a naked and brutal invader to the rest of the alien species. Now that the wolves are killing again, the alien peregrines know even more clearly that if they don't join forces, what awaits them is death, or being expelled from this land of adventure. This kind of thinking made it go into battle without the slightest hesitation after it came. During the flight, a faint golden light quickly rose on the body of the alien peregrine falcon. The talent is astounding. This talent is also a sonic talent. The scream of the peregrine falcon is sharp and clear, and it can make many species feel pain in the eardrums in the mid-air of hundreds of meters. Now with the help of the power of innate talent, with a single cry, it is even more piercing through the clouds and collapsing into the sky. The sound waves brought about by this scream are rolling, causing indiscriminate killing. Because the alien peregrine falcon had already seen the battlefield below, and the several Arctic silver foxes were all alien species of more than a dozen levels, which was enough to withstand its screams. But the wolves are different. The wolves have too many ordinary wolves and bears, so under this scream, it is bound to greatly relieve the pressure on the Arctic silver fox. In today's battle against wolves, the alien peregrine falcon is also the first to come to the battlefield by virtue of its own speed. Among all the alien species of birds, as soon as it arrived, it showed the power it should have as a king of the sky. With a howl, many elite wolves were scattered in all directions, and many wolves rolled tens of meters above the ice layer, coughing blood from their mouths. However, the bear tribe is relatively thick in blood and high in defense. Coupled with their sturdy body weight, they forcibly resisted the screams of the alien peregrine falcons. After all, the alien peregrine falcon is in the air, and its sonic talent is completely different from Surin's wolf howl. But even so, more than 30 bears were slightly injured to varying degrees. The chirping of the alien peregrine falcon can be regarded as greatly relieving the pressure on several Arctic silver foxes. Several Arctic silver foxes adjusted their status again, and began to fight with the many bears around them, relying on terrifying mental power. These Arctic silver foxes are now a bit regretful for wasting their talents on the white wolf. Otherwise, as long as the poisonous fog is still there, the many bears and alien species that besiege them will not be seen by them. The poisonous mist devouring the soul can't do anything to the white wolf. It just means that the white wolf is too terrifying and perverted, but it doesn't mean that the poisonous fog is not strong. In the past, the Arctic silver fox family had devoured the spirit and soul power of many species by relying on the most lethal poisonous fog soul devourer. Even many powerful alien species died of blood under their talents. But now that they have no talent, facing the siege of many bears and several alien species, they can only desperately resist. Oh, roar, ah, the chirping of the Arctic silver fox, the howling of the bear clan, and the long howling of the wolf clan rang out again after being temporarily overwhelmed by the innate cry of the alien peregrine falcon. The many bears and wolves under the wolves were not frightened by the cry of the alien peregrine falcon. On the contrary, the killing intent in Senhen's eyes is even heavier, because they enjoy the best treatment among the wolves. If they can't even take down the few Arctic silver foxes injured by wolves, what face is there to continue to enjoy the preferential treatment of the Wolf King? So at this time, Xiaobai and Xiaohui, who are the leaders, once again roared frantically to command the battlefield. The seriously injured wolves and bears withdrew first. Half of the remaining wolves and bears began to run wildly to divide the battlefield, while the other half concentrated on attacking the single Arctic silver fox. Wen Xiong and Bai Xiong, who possess powerful combat power, also fought madly in this fight. There were bursts of furious bear roars. Both of them were level 16 aliens, so they naturally wanted to make another contribution in this battle. Because the Wolf King is by their side, the existence of the Wolf King is the best morale booster for them. With warm bears and white bears fighting head-on, the wolves' division tactics were very beautiful, and an Arctic silver fox was quickly divided. Immediately afterwards, Xiaohui and Xiaobai both led the members under their command, surrounded and killed them. The blood of the Arctic silver fox is once again splashing in this cold land of adventure. And now, the scene where several Arctic silver foxes are struggling to support is also caught in the eyes of the alien peregrine falcon. It's just that this alien peregrine falcon has no chance to support the Arctic silver fox. The terrifying white wolf in the distance has already approached. The alien peregrine falcon quickly flapped its wings, trying to rise to a higher sky, because half a month ago, the bloody scene where the white wolf hunted and killed the xenomorph snow owl was still fresh in his memory. Once being pulled to the ground by this white wolf, no matter how strong he is, he may be near death. But just when the alien peregrine falcon was about to take off again, the white wolf had already jumped, relying on the speed of thousands of meters per second. With this jump, The white wolf leapt 500 meters into the air. 500 meters. Such a height should not be achieved by a land creature at all, but 500 meters is not enough, and you can't even touch the alien peregrine falcon. But with the help of this 500-meter height, Su Lin has already drawn the closest distance to the alien peregrine falcon. The numerical attributes of the different species of peregrine falcons also appeared in front of Su Lin. Species: peregrine falcon, exotic, level 29, vitality 3395, stamina 423, strength 512, defense 275, speed 793, talents: frightening the sky and containing the clouds, level B, featherblade, level B, chasing the wind, level A. This alien peregrine almost takes the route of specialized speed. This is also the only alien species that Su Lin has seen besides himself, whose basic speed alone can reach supersonic speed. It's just that the weakness of the alien peregrine falcon is also obvious. The defense and chi and blood values are too low. This is the weakness that can kill it. In Su Lin's scarlet wolf eyes, a hint of fierceness and ferocity flashed across. At this moment, the alien peregrine falcon also thought of something. The extremely sensitive senses also sensed the fatal danger, and began to want to escape quickly, but it was too late. Even if the alien peregrine falcon also has supersonic speed, it can't escape the killing range of the Surin wolf's howling sound wave. An earth-shattering howl of a wolf exploded in mid-air. This time, with the addition of the hunting talent, the roaring sound wave made the cold air tremble. The attack power of this howling wolf has surpassed Su Lin's full blow in his normal state. The rolling sound wave has an unparalleled lethality of 40 tons. This kind of lethality is still a pervasive sound wave, which is simply something that a mere alien peregrine falcon with a defense of more than 200 can withstand. Under this deadly and dangerous atmosphere, the alien peregrine falcon also screamed like crazy. It also has sonic talent. The talent is astounding. The sharp screaming sound wave and the wolf howling sound wave from Su Lin soaring into the sky collided fiercely in the air, but the sonic attack of the alien peregrine falcon was too weak, and it was completely smashed apart. The competition between the sonic talents only won a second or two for the alien peregrine falcon. Taking advantage of this brief delay, it lifted off another 300 to 400 meters. Any sonic attack hitting, the farther the distance, the weaker the power. Even Su Lin's talent for howling wolves is no exception. Even if the damage range is 20 kilometers, the damage received at the edge of the damage range and the damage at the center of the damage range are also very different. In just 300 or 400 meters, the weakening power of the howling wolf sound wave is not great. The rolling sound wave quickly caught up with the alien peregrine falcon. Pone. The tyrannical sound waves hit the body of the alien peregrine falcon, and its feathers fluttered wildly. The weak defense of the alien peregrine falcon makes it impossible to withstand such a powerful sonic attack. The skin and flesh on his body were shaken by the howling of wolves, and several cracks appeared, and the internal organs almost burst. If it hadn't been talented enough to suppress the injuries all over its body, it would have already stained the sky with blood. Too strong. It was at this time that the alien peregrine falcon really saw the peak combat power of this white wolf. A white wolf with such combat power wants to dominate the land of adventures. Is there really any species that can stop it? The tyrannical arrogance of the alien peregrine falcon at the beginning seemed to be extinguished instantly under this wolf howl, but it didn't just give up, because it can feel the cold killing intent of the white wolf that is too strong to melt away. If it really landed, then what was waiting for him would definitely be eaten alive by this white wolf. Chirp. So the alien peregrine falcon chirped frantically again, and activated its strongest talent, a level chasing the wind. With the blessing of dual talents, although it gulped out blood, it finally stabilized its figure. At this time, Su Lin also fell from the mid-air of 500 meters, and the wolf claws hit the ground, and smashed 4 deep ice pits on the ice layer. After landing, he immediately looked up to the sky with his scarlet wolf eyes. Seeing the alien peregrine falcon stabilize its figure, the fierce look in Su Lin's eyes reappeared. Then there was another howl of a wolf soaring into the sky. If one is no good, then two. No matter what, he wants the life of this alien peregrine falcon, because this alien peregrine falcon has the speed of looking at it vertically and horizontally, as well as the natural advantage of air supremacy. Therefore, if this alien peregrine falcon is not beheaded in this battle, it will definitely become the enemy of the wolves stationed here in the future. Although Su Lin has the airworthiness of a bird, he has no wings and cannot fight in the air. Now he can only rely on his wolf howling talent to knock down this alien peregrine falcon. Another rolling sound wave. The eyes of the alien peregrine falcon showed extreme horror. With the blessing of the level wind chasing talent, It almost reached a speed of 700 or 800 meters per second. But this speed still can't escape the killing range of the wolf roar talent. Pone, there was another violent impact, and the injury of this alien peregrine falcon worsened again. Puff, originally, the defense power was the biggest weakness of the alien peregrine falcon, but it felt that several organs in its body were shattered under the violent sonic vibration. The figure of the alien peregrine falcon swayed again, and blood overflowed from its mouth unstoppably. At this time, the alien peregrine finally gave up the idea of running away, because under the terrifying howl of the wolf, it might be shocked to death by the white wolf before it escaped to the sky. It is a generation of kings who crossed the sky. How can it die under the sound of wolves, without being able to touch it? In this determined state of mind, the alien peregrine falcon screamed crazily, and a fierce arrogance that I am invincible rises from my body. Fight, fight! Once the huge wings of the alien peregrine falcon were retracted, it was like a black sharp sword descending from the sky, heading towards Surin with a terrifying speed of 700-800 meters per second. The alien peregrine falcon started desperately. In the dive from the sky, the original speed of 700 or 800 meters per second became faster. Boom! A huge sonic boom exploded. The alien peregrine falcon knows the strength of this white wolf. It may be too strong for it to fight against, but since there is no way to escape, what else is there to do but fight to the death, waiting to be killed, or beg for mercy? Exotic peregrines can't do it. It has survived in the cruel ice and snow for many years, and it also has a brave heart. It knows even more that there is no survival by groveling here. The scene of the bloody slaughter of deer and muskoxen is still in front of my eyes. Once you lose the courage to fight to the death, you will only be greeted with more ruthless killings. Chirp! From top to bottom, the alien peregrine uttered another sharp cry. The talent is astounding. It wants to use this sonic talent to temporarily interfere with the white wolf, so that it can make a full blow with all its strength, with the bonus of the astonishing dive speed. The strength of this attack of the alien peregrine falcon has also reached a very astonishing level. With such a blow, even the original alien grizzly bear and alien muskox king had to retreat temporarily. But today's opponent of the alien peregrine falcon is Surin. When the alien peregrine falcon had just descended to 500 meters, Su Lin didn't waste his talent, howling wolf. After all, there are still a few birds of different species coming. He ran straight and fast, traveling at a speed of thousands of meters per second faster than the dive speed of this alien peregrine falcon. Then the wolf paw stepped on a huge raised ice pile, and jumped up with the help of the ice pile. Boom! The ice piles are smashed under the huge bouncing force. Surin resisted the sonic talent of the alien peregrine falcon, and directly rushed to an altitude of more than 500 meters. The sonic talent of the alien peregrine falcon is astonishing. Even the Arctic silver fox can't hurt it, let alone Surin. This sonic talent couldn't even cause the slightest disturbance to him. It could only make his hair flutter like a breeze. At this time, in Su Lin's scarlet wolf eyes, Senhan's killing intent became more and more intense. Must kill. This alien peregrine falcon was already on Surin's must-kill list. From the moment the alien peregrine falcon came to help the Arctic silver fox, it accelerated the speed of its death. In mid-air, Su Lin's blood-stained sharp claws collided fiercely with this alien peregrine falcon with the determination to fight to the death, when a violent sound of gold and iron colliding echoed piercingly in the dark night sky. At an altitude of 400 to 500 meters, the two sides launched the most intense first chopping battle. Surin, who has turned on his hunting talent, is not something that a different species of peregrine can compete with. Now Su Lin is attacking with all his strength, with a full attack power of 10 tons. Such a blow is invincible, and the gods and ghosts are easy to break. The alien peregrine falcon, which was seriously injured by the howling of the gifted wolf, was also thrown into the sky at a faster speed by Su Lin's blow. But this time in the air, it no longer has the usual spirituality. The bones and skin all over the body were shattered by this blow. It couldn't even withstand Su Lin's 2 wolf howls. How could it withstand this monstrous blow? After flying upside down into the sky for a while, the alien peregrine falcon quickly fell from the sky like a rootless duckweed. It's just that the alien peregrine falcon is still struggling in the air. A pair of eyes, that were bloodshot after the heart was shattered, still had an expression of unwillingness. This white wolf is too strong, but under the powerful desire to survive, no alien is willing to die like this. The alien peregrine couldn't stabilize his figure anymore, and the 2 talents on his body were also shaky. But the alien peregrine quickly activated the last talent, Feather Blade. This talent emitted white fluorescence, covering the whole body of the peregrine falcon. Feather Blade is also the talent of the alien peregrine falcon. His feathers, which were harder than steel, gradually filled with a blade-like sharpness under the white fluorescent light. However, with the 3rd talent activated, the alien peregrine still failed to stabilize its figure, and fell from mid-air. Boom. With a bang, the huge alien peregrine landed on the ground, stirring up a lot of crushed ice. But with the blessing of feather blade talent, the deadly injury of the alien peregrine falcon was suppressed. When the curtain fell on the crushed ice, a different species of peregrine falcon exuding an extremely tragic aura was revealed. It's crazy again. With a scream of madness, the feathers all over his body were separated from the wings in an instant. Like thousands of blades, the feathers are detached from the wings, which means that this desperate battle, even if the alien peregrine can survive, I am afraid that it will lose the ability to fly again in this life. But now the cold killing intent emanating from the white wolf can't allow it to think too much. Only desperately chirp. As the peregrine falcon screamed sharply again, thousands of feathers merged into a feather blade dragon, and it also attacked and killed Surin. When Su Lin stretched out his wolf claws and collided fiercely with the feather blade dragon, the white fluorescent light on the feather blade dragon flickered intensely for a while, but finally held on. And just when Su Lin was briefly blocked by the feather blade dragon, the other birds of different species also arrived. Seeing such a bloody scene, the eyes of the other bird species were filled with horror. They never expected that in just a minute or two, the battle would be so brutal. The alien peregrine falcon has almost turned into a blood-colored peregrine falcon. Its flesh, organs, and bones are all shattered, and blood is spilling out without asking for money. The originally extremely mighty wings have become bare, and only the skeleton remains. Such a scene is too tragic. It has shaken the hearts of many different species of birds. In the end, under the sharp urging call of the alien peregrine falcon, a few alien species of birds began to assist the feather blade dragon to siege the white wolf. But there are still 2 alien species of birds that have maintained a wait-and-see attitude. Especially the Arctic Yanu among them took the initiative to fly several kilometers back again, avoiding this tragic battlefield. This scene did not change the mood of the alien peregrine falcon in the slightest, because in the tragic war between the choice of life and death, there are always many species that will make different choices. The most terrible thing at this time is to fight this white wolf. When the sound of gold and iron colliding resounded through this cold area from time to time, Su Lin's scarlet eyes became more and more filled with cold killing intent. Under the desperate efforts of the alien peregrine falcon, the power of this feather-bladed dragon has surpassed that of the Arctic silver fox, who has activated the sacrificial talent. It's just that compared with Su Lin, who has turned on the hunting talent, he is still too weak. After fighting for several times, he directly smashed the feather blade dragon completely. Crash! Countless feather blades danced in the air. After the feather blade dragon was scattered, the alien peregrine falcon coughed up blood again, and the white-silver light that suppressed the injury flickered even more intensely. This is the first time that a different species of peregrine falcon has used its feather blade, but it never occurred to him that this white wolf would knock out its strongest talent after just a few shopping battles. The alien peregrine falcon finally couldn't restrain his injuries in horror, and the white fluorescent light collapsed. The injuries on his body were not restrained by his talent, and the extreme pain that came from him made it difficult for him to even breathe. At this moment, it clearly knew that it had lost. It is no longer able to fight against the white wolf, and even itself is about to become the blood food in the mouth of the white wolf. The mood of the alien peregrine falcon at this time is indescribably complicated and pathetic. It even wondered why that deer herd provoked such a terrifying white wolf, and its wolves here. Without this white wolf and the wolves, I'm afraid they would still be living the carefree and peaceful coexistence life before. But everything can't go back. Blood has already spread all over this land of adventures, and the corpses will eventually become rations for the wolves. They used to be kings one after another in this area, all fell on the way of the wolves' conquest. They lost. With a very high IQ Xeno peregrine falcon, he knew he was going to die, but even though he was coughing up blood, even though he had lost too much blood and was seriously injured, hallucinations appeared in his eyes. But it still wants to stand. It doesn't want to fall down. Even if it is death, it wants to die with some dignity. Thump. It's just that its willpower couldn't sustain the injury, and in the end it swayed and fell down in the ice and snow. On the other side, Su Lin let out a few more howls of the gifted wolf, and completely roared down the alien birds that participated in this battle in the sky. Howling wolves shook the sky. With the power of howling wolves, these birds have 2 birds that can reach level 10, and their bodies were shattered by the howling in mid-air. In an instant, it was torn apart. Blood and internal organs splashed in the dark night sky. The remaining 2 alien species of birds also had their heads blown off by Su Lin's claws after they landed. It exploded alive. The brains splashed all over Surin. This bloody scene made Yanu who left this area rejoice. Otherwise, even if it faced this white wolf, It might not be much better. After completely killing several birds of different species, Su Lin's hunting talent finally slowly receded. At this time, he raised his head again and glanced at the two alien birds that were going away. One of these two exotic birds is an Arctic tern, and the other is a rock ptarmigan. In these days of exploration, they are all docile birds, and their talents and strengths are better than those of birds. Exotic peregrine falcons have to travel too far to pose a fatal threat to wolves, so Su Lin's wolf eyes just glanced at the two different species of birds, and then looked away. Since these two birds are of different species, Su Lin will not think about exterminating all other species. The wolves in this land of adventure still need to multiply and expand further. Whether it's birds or beasts, they are all within the expansion range of the wolf pack, because what Su Lin wants to form in the future is an invincible wolf pack without any shortcomings. At this time, after completely exterminating these birds of different species, Su Lin once again focused his attention on the bloody battle between the wolves and the Arctic silver fox. Because the several Arctic silver foxes have already wasted their talents, they have always been at a disadvantage in the shopping battle with the wolves. Seeing that the alien species of birds that came to rescue was completely defeated, the last hope and life-saving straw of the Arctic silver fox was also shattered. Their pitch-black eyes were filled with ashes. Lost, they really failed. The Arctic silver fox, who used to be aloof in the land of adventure, now only feels that the belief that supported his last bloody battle has collapsed. Their strongest leaders all died under the claws of the white wolf, and the helpers who came to help were completely killed in battle. Is it useful for them to continue shopping? After his faith collapsed, the Arctic silver fox finally couldn't restrain his panic anymore. They tried to break away from the wolves hunting, but they were seriously injured, and they didn't have the strength at all. Roar by Xiong, and when Xiong bravely took the lead, tearing up an Arctic silver fox first. The blood of Arctic silver foxes is all over their huge bare bodies. As for Xiao Hui, who also led the elite wolf clan, who still had combat power, they threw down an Arctic silver fox again. The bites of many wolves finally exhausted the last vitality of this Arctic silver fox. Su Lin was a little relieved to see Xiao Hui, when Xiong, Xiao Bai Xiong, etc., who were fighting bloody battles on the battlefield. The members under his command finally grew up gradually during the fights. In the cruel world of ice and snow, it is far from enough to have a strong body, and it also needs to be murderous and ferocious. Otherwise, no matter how powerful they are just flowers in the greenhouse. Next, Su Lin looked at the distance, and there was a different species of peregrine falcon with a faint breath. He had to feel the tenacity of the alien vitality, but he didn't deliberately torture this alien peregrine falcon, but gave it a good time. The sharp wolf claws slammed down on the head of the alien peregrine falcon. Without the protection of talent, the consciousness of the alien peregrine falcon was shattered under one claw. At this time, several light gray message prompts appeared in front of Su Lin's eyes. Showdown of talent, fight in blood, combat rating, S. This battle rating, S, obtained 2 enhanced serums and 20 evolution potions. This time the battle rating reached S, which was expected by Su Lin. The reward gave 2 enhanced serums. Su Lin could vaguely feel that if the wolf's body was fully strengthened once, there might be an earth-shaking change. As for evolution potions, the more the better. At this time, after receiving the reward of the battle rating, Su Lin also used sharp wolf claws to tear apart the corpse of the alien peregrine falcon, and searched for the essence from its body. At this time, after all the Arctic silver foxes and alien birds were killed in battle, the Arctic terns and rock thunderbirds in the distance also felt the monstrous strength of the white wolf and its wolves. They also know better that after the wolves killed all the Arctic silver foxes and several birds of different species, then in the land of adventure in the future, I am afraid that there will never be any hunters who can compete with the wolves. The land of adventures will officially enter the era where wolves are respected. At this time, this cold area has an extremely strong smell of blood. However, there is a very attractive aroma in this strong bloody smell, because this is not only the blood of ordinary species, but also the blood of more than 10 different species. The Arctic silver fox family and the bird variants, except for a few who are knowledgeable, the rest are completely bloody on the ice field. The 2 most tyrannical forces in the land of adventures can be said to have disappeared under the conquest of the wolves. As for Su Lin, who was bathed in the blood of a different species, the powerful arrogance rising from the huge wolf body made the Arctic tern and rock thunderbird in the distance want to suffocate. They flapped their wings again and moved several kilometers away, only to have a slight sense of security. At this time, Su Lin saw the essence of the alien peregrine falcon. The essential part of the exotic peregrine falcon is the heart and lungs. Whether it is the heart or the lungs, there is a faint light flashing, which makes Su Lin swallow the heart and lungs of the alien peregrine falcon into his mouth. The heart and lungs of the exotic peregrine falcon are very elastic, and it feels smooth and tender when swallowed, with a sweet taste. Since I ate a lot of bitter branches of cuscudo a while ago, the essence of the peregrine falcon at this time is also equivalent to a good delicacy. For Su Lin, not a moment after he swallowed the essence into his stomach and digested it into billowing energy, which poured into the wolf's limbs and bones, 2 light gray message prompts appeared in front of Su Lin's eyes. Ding! Congratulations to the host for eating the heart and lungs of a different species of peregrine falcon, level 29, and gaining 13,000 evolution points. Ding! Congratulations to the host for eating the residual talent essence of the heterogeneous peregrine falcon and purifying a talent serum. The essence part of the alien peregrine falcon provides Surin with 13,000 evolution points, which is only slightly inferior to the essence part of the muskox king in the land of adventures. With so many evolution points, Su Lin is one step closer to the next promotion. After swallowing, the feeling of fullness in his abdomen came again, so he didn't continue to eat even after a fierce fight. The energy provided by the devouring power is still too abundant when it has just started to devour and digest the whole Arctic silver fox. This abundant energy made him a little swollen. Next, his wolf eyes swept towards 2 alien birds in the distance, and an Arctic silver fox that was stunned in place. This Arctic silver fox should be the one that went out to unite with other different species. This Arctic silver fox was the last to arrive. After all, the alien species of birds are flying in the sky far faster than the Arctic silver fox. After it arrived, the rest of the Arctic silver foxes were killed by the wolves. Panic, anger, fear. The Arctic silver fox couldn't tell what emotion it was. It just stood there blankly with blank eyes. Anselin noticed it with a thought. The numerical attributes of this Arctic silver fox appeared in front of his eyes. Species: Arctic silver fox. Exotic. Level 18. Chi and blood 1752. Stamina 273. Strength 252. Defense 236. Speed 317. Talent: Control, level C. Poison Mist Soul Devourer, level C. This Arctic silver fox is relatively weak, with only a numerical attribute of level 18, and even a talent of level C. But Su Lin's gaze was still on the Arctic silver fox, and he paused for a long time. Because this Arctic silver fox has never had a bloody battle with the wolves, it is not considered a blood feud. And the strange talent of the Arctic silver fox family is a sharp sword that can open up territories for the wolves. He intends to bring the Arctic silver fox into the pack of wolves. But if this Arctic silver fox still wants to seek death and revenge, then Su Lin can only say that there is no destiny. Good words don't persuade the damn ghost. At this time, there was only about 1,000 meters between Su Lin and the Arctic silver fox. At this distance, the Arctic silver fox could not escape his hunting range at all. Su Lin tore off a large piece of flesh and blood rich in pure energy from the carcass of a different species of peregrine falcon, and walked over slowly. The terrifying killing intent on his body didn't dissipate, it still permeated the air. As Su Lin got closer, the Arctic silver fox also felt that the deadly aura was getting stronger and stronger, and its sensitive sixth sense was frantically warning it. It was this warning that made it recover from its daze. That pair of very good-looking jet black eyes could not restrain a trace of fear when seeing the white wolf approaching. It knew that the originally extremely powerful Arctic silver fox clan was exterminated by the white wolf in front of it in a short period of time. You know, originally their Arctic silver foxes were the uncrowned kings of the land of adventures. But in less than 10 minutes, the Arctic silver fox family, that was respected and feared by all kinds of aliens in the land of adventures, was the only one left. This Arctic silver fox didn't know what to do next, but under the terrifying killing intent of the white wolf, it can clearly perceive that its own life and death may only be in the white wolf's thought. The genetic instincts all over his body are frantically sending out a desire to survive. But the Arctic silver fox was still standing upright. It's just that as the white wolf got closer and closer to it, every cell in it trembled under the threat of life and death urine too, flowing down a body of silver hair. It wants to control and doesn't want to make a fool of itself in front of this white wolf. But consciousness is no match for instinct after all. And the white wolf finally stopped in front of it, very close to it. It was so close that it could even feel the breath of the white wolf, and its body temperature like a furnace. Pung! The white wolf threw the flesh and blood of the peregrine falcon in its mouth onto the ice. However, the white wolf still didn't communicate or signal anything, and the pair of golden brown wolf eyes just stared at him quietly. The Arctic silver fox, which has evolved into a different species, and is not low in IQ, knows that it is the white wolf who is giving it a choice between life and death. In the end, the Arctic silver fox was silent for a long time. After all, it couldn't resist the genetic instinct to survive, and tears overflowed from the corners of its eyes uncontrollably. Whether the tears are sad or frightening, even it doesn't know. But tears are the best way to vent extreme pain. After the Arctic silver fox shed tears, it seemed to have lost all confidence and could no longer hold on. In front of the white wolf, he collapsed limply on the ice. Hey, hey, hey! The miserable wailing of the paralyzed Arctic silver fox also resounded in this cold area. After it blew for a long time, the Arctic silver fox finally realized the reality. They were defeated by the invincible Wolf King in front of them. In the land of adventures in the future, there will be no more high-ranking Arctic silver foxes. It can't match the strongest survival desire of genetic instinct, and it doesn't want to be the real dead of the Arctic silver fox family, because every race wants to reproduce and survive. In the cold world of ice and snow, only by living can there be a future. In grief, the Arctic silver fox completely lowered its proud head and prostrated itself in front of the white wolf. At this time, Su Lin watched the Arctic silver fox kneeling and crawling behind him, and his keen mental strength also felt the mental fluctuations of the Arctic silver fox. This Arctic silver fox really surrendered, because its belief was completely shattered. In order to survive, and for the genetic inheritance of the Arctic silver fox, there is no other way but to surrender to the wolves. Su Lin accepted the surrender. As for whether the Arctic silver fox will rebel, he believes that time will tell everything. In fact, any species in the cruel nature has long been accustomed to the life and death of its companions, because this is a place where there are no laws, no moral constraints, and only the jungle of the jungle. Here, bloody and brutal hunting takes place one after another all the time. The attrition and casualties of the ethnic groups have long been a part of their lives. Su Lin accepted this Arctic silver fox, but if this Arctic silver fox really has other intentions, then the bloody ice field not far away is its future fate. At this time, after accepting the surrender of the Arctic silver fox, Su Lin let out a low howl, signaling the wolves to start cleaning the battlefield, but he jumped up and came to a high snow slope, looking at the two-point battle between the little lone wolf and his cousin. After several evolutions, Su Lin's vision has already surpassed the vision of the alien snow owl, fully operating the vision to the limit. You can see the scenes within a range of hundreds of kilometers. At this time, because the battlefield of the little lone wolf was the farthest, Su Lin could only vaguely see hundreds of wolves that looked like small black dots, launching attacks in batches in an orderly manner. As for the little lone wolf and the alien lemming, they were surrounded by turbulent ice and snow and many wolves, so they couldn't see clearly. But in terms of the orderly attack of the wolves, there was nothing wrong with this hunt. Su Lin also has confidence in the fighting power of the little lone wolf. Last time when the little lone wolf was at level 13, he was able to cooperate with the pack of wolves to hunt down more than 20 levels of alien polar bears. Not to mention that the little lone wolf and the wolves under his command are not what they used to be. It's no problem to take down a mere exotic lemming. In addition, on the side of the cousin, the progress is also very fast, even seeing a pack of more than 200 wolves hulala. Many of the alien species directly prostrated themselves on the ground to express their submission. After all, half a month ago, they had already seen the ferocious combat power of the wolves. As a foreign species that has not even reached level 10 in the land of adventures, it is natural that he cannot afford to contend with the wolves. Only a very small number of alien species who resisted died under the siege of wolves. Seeing that the battle between the cousin and the little lone wolf was progressing fairly well, Su Lin nodded in satisfaction. Today's wolves are gradually on the right track. Such a pack of wolves is where Surin has the confidence to conquer the entire Arctic ice sheet in the future. It's just that the number of wolves is still too small compared to the vast Arctic ice field. Now that the land of adventures has been unified, the expansion of the wolf pack should be pushed into the process. While Su Lin was thinking, he also stretched his huge wolf body on the snow slope. Then, with a long roar, he called Xiao Hui, Xiao Bai, when Xiong and Bai Xiong to his side. Now he feels very full, just relying on his strong willpower and mental strength to suppress the discomfort in his body. However, Su Lin didn't want to see the innate essence of these heterogeneous bodies lose. Therefore, the four of them were summoned to his side, and each of them was rewarded with the essence of a different species of bird. Except for the alien peregrine falcon, exactly 4 alien birds were killed in this battle. Among them, the one that was rewarded to Xiao Hui was the strongest bird variant among them. There is a full level 19 snow owl variant, the essence of which is the liver. This essence part is not counted as talent essence, pure energy alone is enough for Xiao Hui. who was already at the peak of level 12, to officially break through. Xiao Hui was also the earliest member, who followed Su Lin, and even when he became a different species, he was even before Little Lone Wolf, so Surin will naturally take care of it more. After the heterogeneous Xue Xiao dissembled, Xiao Hui couldn't help but salivate when he smelled the faintly fluorescent essence. The essence of the different species has an attractive aroma, and the degree of delicacy and the pure energy it contains are far superior to other parts of flesh and blood. Seeing Xiao Huiqian's saliva dripping, he looked hopeless. Su Lin also indicated that it would swallow the liver. This made Xiao Hui howl repeatedly in excitement, and started to eat voraciously. As for Xiao Bai, Wingsong, and Baksong, they tore apart the other 3 heads to find the essence after receiving the signal from Su Lin. The essence parts are easy to find, and they all emit faint fluorescence. Even though they had never eaten it once, they were quickly found. The huge pure energy and attractive aroma contained in this essence part alone let them know that this must be an excellent food. Swa looked up at Su Lin again, and after receiving a positive signal from Su Lin, he carefully tore off the essence and began to eat. The 3 of them did not dare to learn from Xiao Hui, and directly gnawed on the essence of the carcass of the alien bird. After all, Xiao Hui is the elder of the wolf pack, and also the close guard of the Wolf King. He is the most confidant of the Wolf King, and when they ate in front of the Wolf King, they did as little as possible to pollute the corpses of these alien species of birds, because after evolving into different species, they know better what it means to distinguish between superior and inferior. Following the Wolf King, they have lived the days when they least have to worry about food in their lives. There is food, and there is a strong sense of security, brought by the gathering of many wolves and bears. So in their hearts, they have long had a sense of belonging to the wolves. For the invincible Wolf King, there is even more respect and fanaticism from the heart. The Wolf King is their faith. They are the gods of their spiritual world. How dare they have the slightest disrespect, even if they hide and eat? The aliens are still very cautious. Fortunately, the Wolf King only looked at them for a moment, then turned and walked towards the corpses of several Arctic silver foxes. In fact, Su Lin originally wanted to see if Xiao Hui and Xiao Bai would improve their talents after eating the essence parts, but seeing them so stiff, I don't bother to read them. In order to quickly consume the pure energy in his body, Su Lin also actively activated his healing talent. Originally promoted to the top level, the healing talent that is invulnerable to all poisons, under the active operation, made Surin's wolf body burn like a furnace. The body of the Surin wolf was healed at a speed visible to the naked eye, after being fought to the death by the Arctic silver fox and the alien peregrine falcon. Many ordinary wolves who were cleaning the battlefield could feel the raging warmth when they passed by the Wolf King. The healing talent has been promoted to the top level, and the recovery of injuries can be called against the sky. The S-level healing talent has tens of thousands of times the recovery speed under active operation. Almost in the blink of an eye, Su Lin's injuries were completely recovered. Even the alien blood on the wolf's body was evaporated into a lot of blood, and the white and flawless hair soon reappeared its original color. During the operation of the healing talent, Su Lin's physical strength and the pure energy in his limbs and bones were rapidly consumed. The strong feeling of fullness also subsided a little. At this time, there were 5 Arctic silver fox corpses on the battlefield, and the essence of the strongest Arctic silver fox had already been eaten by Su Lin. He walked towards another Arctic silver fox that was also above level 20. The Arctic silver fox is very light in terms of weight alone. Even if it is an Arctic silver fox of more than 20 levels, the amount of flesh and blood it can provide is only 700 to 800 catties. Compared to muskoxen, reindeer, grizzly bears and other alien species, there are very few. However, the Arctic silver fox has a huge spiritual power, which can also be devoured. The evolution value provided by spiritual power is far more than that of heterogeneous flesh and blood. Even the spiritual power in one's own body can also be fused with spiritual and soul power to strengthen oneself. This was very obvious during the fight with the strongest Arctic silver fox. Most of the strongest Arctic silver fox spiritual power as an auxiliary attack was forcibly swallowed by the devouring force, and a small part was fused by the spiritual power in its own body. But it is estimated that the spiritual power in the dead Arctic silver fox should have dissipated after Su Lin came to the corpse of the alien Arctic silver fox of more than 20 levels. He stretched out his sharp wolf claws and pulled out the eyes of the Arctic silver fox. This is the essence of the Arctic silver fox. At this time, Su Lin's feeling of fullness receded slightly, and he swallowed the eyes of the Arctic silver fox. The eyes of the Arctic silver fox are like tender fish, and after eating it, there is a faint fishy sweet taste. Soon after being swallowed into the stomach, under the force of devouring, it was transformed into billowing energy. This energy made the feeling of fullness that had receded a bit, reached the limit again. Even the pure energy of the limbs and bones has changed from saturated to a state of going berserk. Even if it is relying on the operation to heal the talent, what it consumes cannot keep up with the pure energy swallowed in. After all, the healing talent consumes the most stamina. This made Su Lin know that the energy that his wolf body could bear had really reached its limit. Under the extreme satiety, 2 light gray message prompts appeared before Su Lin's eyes. Ding! Congratulations to the host for eating the eyes of the alien Arctic silver fox, level 26, and gaining 7,500 evolution points. Ding! Congratulations to the host for eating the residual talent essence of the heterogeneous Arctic silver fox, and purifying a talent serum. The essence of this Arctic silver fox has 7,500 points, comparable to that of the original reindeer king. The harvest is not bad. However, Su Lin didn't insist on continuing to devour the remaining essence. He came to a huge ice pile and began to take a short rest. During the rest, Su Lin still fully turned on his powerful senses to be on guard. Time passed slowly, and the wolves and bears who cleaned the battlefield also piled up the slaughtered Arctic fox corpses with their mouths in their mouths. It's just that the corpses of Arctic foxes are not heavy, and there are many corpses of Arctic foxes that exploded into pieces after being possessed, so the ones gathered together probably don't weigh a ton in total. As for the surviving Arctic foxes, they also reunited under the call of the Arctic silver foxes, who surrendered to the wolves. But the Arctic foxes, who gathered again, had lost the morale and spirit they had at the beginning. Now they looked at the wolves with endless timidity and fear, especially the white wolf resting quietly. They couldn't help trembling just by feeling the domineering aura emitted by the white wolf, because they have witnessed the invincible combat power of the white wolf with their own eyes. The leaders they were once proud of all died miserably at the claws of the white wolf. However, the Arctic silver fox did not appease these Arctic foxes. After all, this tragic battle had no less impact on it than these Arctic foxes. Whether it is it or these Arctic foxes, it will take a long time to recover from this shock. At this time, after the wolves cleaned up the battlefield, Xiao Hui, Xiao Bai, Wen Xiong, and Bai Xiong, who had devoured the essence of the different species of birds, also came to guard the Wolf King. In the guard, it is also digesting and absorbing the energy of the different essence parts of the birds. And at this time, when Su Lin led the wolves to conquer the land of adventure, a very tragic bloody battle broke out in the southern territory of the wolves. The smoke of war filled every corner of this area. The shocking giant heavy tank is roaring violently, and one after another, the shells with unparalleled lethality exploded on the Arctic ice sheet. And the opponents of several heavy tanks on the battlefield are countless bloodthirsty rats that can't be seen. At this time, Bob, who was in a heavy tank, was no longer as stable as before. He was manipulating the artillery launcher while roaring angrily. Fuck, Joyce. Labor and management asked you to notify me later. What about the reinforcements? What about people? And the members of the new human team, who were quickly loading the heavy tank with special high explosive bombs, also said with unresolved anxiety on their brows, Captain, I really controlled the drone to contact the heavy tank trailing behind, but those bastards said they have to wait and see the situation. We can't lose everything. If everything is lost here, not only will we not be able to save us, but we will not be able to complete the task assigned by our superiors. Boom. When the voice of the team members fell to the ground, there was a huge bump and vibration. Bob controlled the heavy tank and fired a high explosive bomb towards the rat tide outside. The high explosive bomb drew a shocking arc under the dark night sky, flashed flames, and roared with gunpowder smoke in the dense rat tide. As the red light spread, countless fragments of scattered lemming corpses flew into the air, and the huge explosion wave also overturned and shocked countless lemmings to death. But no matter how many lemmings were killed by this high explosive bomb, the tens of thousands of lemmings in the back quickly filled the blank space, and the overwhelming swarm of rats continued to rush towards them. The mighty one is like a huge ocean wave, which is unstoppable at all. Bob, whose forehead was covered with sweat and angry red light, said again to the team members beside him, Tell me the follow-up troops. This is a group of lemmings. A group of lemmings so dense that you can't see the edge, and there are more than one mutated lemmings here. It is very likely that there are no traces of any species around, because they were all eaten by this lemming, so this is a huge discovery. Let the follow-up troops immediately assist us. As long as escape going back, we don't need to explore the North Pole anymore. We can go back with this discovery. It's enough for business. In order to survive, Bob said everything at this time. You must know that he has always kept deep in his heart the words of perfunctory orders from his superiors in the past, but now he has completely lost his sense of proportion. Under the real threat of life and death, he couldn't keep his calmness. He just wanted to live, even if he was alive, it was better than dying in the belly of a bunch of lemmings. I am afraid that if he died here, his bones would not be buried in the ice field in the end. Instead, it is swallowed by thousands of lemmings and digested into piles of feces. He can't accept this kind of ending. Live, he desperately wants to live. At this time, not only Bob, but also the other new human members in the heavy tank were desperately attacking the lemmings. Even one of the multi-barreled heavy tanks fired several incendiary bombs in unison. This is an enhanced thermite incendiary bomb, enough to maintain the burning effect in the cold Arctic, and the burning temperature is as high as 3,000 degrees Celsius. An incendiary bomb at such a temperature would have devoured the lives of countless lemmings as soon as it hit the ground. Human beings can take back a large area of land from mutant creatures, and even publicly stated at the summit meeting that they want to eradicate all mutant creatures, which already represents the power of technological killers. But no matter how powerful the technological killer is, it cannot stop the endless swarm of lemmings. Regardless of any rat species, its fecundity and survivability are far beyond cognition. Often it only takes a few months for a few lemmings to multiply into colonies of thousands. And this area is densely packed now. Not to mention how many lemmings there are. Bob and the others have been trapped here for a long time. The heavy tank, which had prepared a lot of shells, also ran out of ammunition in repeated bombardments. At this time, Bob and the members of the new human team didn't know what they would do to resist the overwhelming rat wave once the ammunition in the heavy tank was exhausted. Even if the swarm of rats were all ordinary lemmings, they would be drowned if they were drowned. What's more, the night vision display clearly shows that these lemmings are not ordinary lemmings. The pair of blood-red eyes and the fearless bloodthirsty all symbolize that this is at least a group of lemmings enhanced by strange fluorescence. This also means that behind this overwhelming group of lemmings, there is definitely a king who has never appeared, because only real strange beasts will have that weird fluorescence. At this time, all the new humans were desperate, and some even ran out of ammunition, relying on the speed and strength of heavy tanks, crushing these lemmings while running away. But not long after, densely packed lemmings submerged the heavy tank. The lemmings, enhanced by the weird fluorescence, seemed to eat and digest everything. Blood-red liquid was secreted from the lemmings' sharp teeth, which quickly corroded the extremely strong heavy tank. Machine parts were damaged, and thousands of lemmings with scarlet eyes shone into the interior of the heavy tank. The intercom used to maintain communication within the new human team also heard the miserable cry of their companions. This cry made everyone feel a little bit sad in their hearts. The walkie-talkie uses a band frequency to communicate, and does not need to rely on satellite and base station signals. It's just that the distance is relatively short. Even the military's special super band walkie-talkie can only link to communications within a range of 3 or 4 kilometers. Now the captain of the team, Bob, is yelling on the walkie-talkie, "Come on, Wind, what's going on with you? Hold on, I'll turn around and rescue you right away." But on the other side of the walkie-talkie, there was still only a miserable wail, and only a few tens of seconds later, a weak and hasty voice came. "Captain, I'm going to die. I was just burning these dirty underground things with a flamethrower, mouse can. I couldn't finish the burn. My leg was gnawed off, and all my teammates died in the battle." They all said that they didn't regret following the captain, and hoped that the captain would help take care of our family after he escaped. "Captain, goodbye." After finishing speaking, I only heard a mechanical electronic beep sound from the intercom. Everyone who is familiar with the structure of the heavy tank knows that this is the partner who started the self-destruct procedure of the heavy tank. Really, within a few seconds, the heavy tank that was submerged by the rat tide exploded and turned into a ball of brilliant flames. The flames carried the corpses of several new human teams and countless lemming corpses, which turned into coke and ashes together. They didn't want to be the rations of these dirty rats, so they resolutely died together. But these lemmings ate everything, even if their bodies were torn apart and turned into coke. After a while, it was covered by black lemmings. Large pieces of black coke were transported away by many lemmings, while a few debris became a carnival for lemmings. Squeak, squeak. There are more large lemmings, continuing to attack the living new human team. Fighting, fighting. Run out a bloody road. Don't expect that those who are in power will treat our family well after we die. Only living is the truth. Kill. The casualties of teammates in a heavy tank stimulated the rest of the new humans, and their angry and roaring shouts filled the walkie-talkie. They couldn't even hear Bob's commanding voice on the walkie-talkie, and all they could think about was fleeing. Under the threat of life and death, no matter whether it is human beings or animals, they will choose what is best for them. Several heavy tanks of new humans were pouring out artillery fire crazily. High explosive bombs, incendiary bombs, mercury bombs, and even special armor-piercing bombs that were only used against real beasts in the end were used. It's just that without a unified command, Even if the new human team poured out artillery fire frantically, they couldn't suppress the lemmings. These specially modified ammunition, even if their power has been increased several times, can only draw one brilliant arc after another in the dark night sky, but they can't stop the overwhelming tide of sea rats at all. And at this time, in this rat swarm, there's a giant lemming about the size of a meter, with a pair of cunning and cautious eyes. He is admiring the battle that the rats have ushered in for the first time through their sensitive senses. There are also several alien lemmings that also exude a powerful aura. The pitch-black night and the noisy battle situation concealed the size of several giant lemmings. Otherwise, if those new human teams in heavy tanks saw such a lemming, they might really lose all hope of survival. At this time, the Lemming King tore a large piece of the corpse of the new human team brought by his lemmings and ate it in his mouth. Although it was burnt, there was still some pure energy inside. It's just that these energies are too weak. The Lemming King only took a few bites and rewarded the charred pieces to the capable generals around him. Squeak! All the able-bodied generals screamed excitedly, and the alien Lemming King formally stood up, no longer lying on the ice and snow ground, and for the first time, his huge size of 100 meters was completely exposed on the ice and snow ground. The body structure of alien lemmings is different from that of ordinary lemmings, and they can stand upright long ago. At this time, after the lemming group under his command fought to the death for a long time, the Lemming King has completely seen through the details of these copper-colored giant beasts. Squeak! It ground its teeth, and a pair of small eyes that didn't match its size showed contempt and disdain. The attack power and damage range of these copper-colored behemoths may be so-so, but the speed of action is too slow. The flexibility is too weak. He can only fight against the lemming group under his command. No, even the lemming group under his command will soon be unable to resist. Squeak! Following the clear and sharp cry of the alien Lemming King, the blood-red light in the eyes of many lemmings under his command became more intense, and they began to frantically surround these copper-colored giant beasts. In fact, the alien Lemming King originally thought that after he led his group of lemmings out from the depths of the dark snow cave, the first enemy would be wolves. It's just that I never thought that there would be fewer footprints of the wolf clan in this cold area, but these copper-colored giant beasts showing their might, the pack of wolves led by that terrifying Wolf King would be better. Otherwise, facing the invincible king, the Lemming King's heart would still tremble a little. Following the frenzied attack of the rat swarm under his command again, another heavy tank was submerged and swallowed, and with several screams, it was submerged in the rat swarm. However, such a result is still too slow. After the alien Lemming King screamed twice, two giant lemmings with 4 or 5 meters at each end rushed to the center of the battlefield. The giant lemmings with a size of 4 to 5 meters and the bear family with a body size of 4 to 5 meters are incomparably visually stunning. So when these two real beasts appeared in front of them, the new humans and several heavy tanks panicked. Bob began to frantically command the battle on the walkie-talkie. A 3 and a 4 move closer to me, and a 5 and a 6 cooperate with fire suppression to suppress the lemmings on the snowy slope in Area C. It was just his yelling, except for the two heavy tanks that followed suit. The other two heavy tanks drove fast and rushed to the rear, trying to make a bloody road. But out of the tactical formation, they became a lone army without firepower, and the terrifying giant lemmings rushing from both ends caught up in an instant. The speed of the giant lemming is really too fast, as high as 40 to 50 meters per second, and it is much more flexible than a heavy tank. Pone, pone. After catching up, with two huge impact roars, the two giant lemmings 4 to 5 meters overturned the heavy tank. The huge impact force also shattered all the precision parts inside the heavy tank, and they circled repeatedly in the inner space in a mess. The screams of the new humans in the two heavy tanks also sounded from the walkie-talkie. Their heads were bleeding from the violent impact, and even their bones were broken. In fact, the strength of the new human beings, who have unlocked the genetic shackles, has only reached the limit of the comprehensive level of human beings, and has not exceeded too much. Because if you want to improve your strength, you need to consume a lot of mutated biological flesh and blood. The preciousness of the flesh and blood of mutated creatures is self-evident in the human world. Ordinary new humans have no capital to enjoy at all, which leads to the fact that a large number of new humans are weak, and they can only barely compete with the help of technological killers. But once approached by a strange beast, it would be tantamount to death. Seeing this scene at this time, Bob just clenched his fists tightly, and then said to Joyce next to him, "Use the drone to tell the backup troops about our situation here. If they don't come to help, then don't blame us for leading the mouse." The tide fled in their direction. Bob gritted his teeth tightly. His eyes were wide open, with countless bloodshot eyes inside, making him look very hideous and terrifying. But just as his voice fell to the ground, the drone video communication device in Joyce's hand suddenly heard a sound. "Please be careful, Major Bob. Your behavior is too bad. Seeing the communication equipment that had been silent for a long time, there was finally a response, and Xiao Yinsi quickly gave the communication equipment to the captain. After Bob took it, he gritted his teeth and said, "Now, immediately reinforce us, otherwise we will definitely not make it easier for you. If we die between life and death." Bob really lost his mind. As a new human team member of the military, such a threat is the biggest taboo, but he can't care about so much anymore. He just wants to lead his brothers to live. Under Bob's threatening voice, the words on the other side were still unhurried. "Major Bob, please be rational. Before we came, we all knew that this was a near-death search. Why are you still so irritable when you are dying? Everyone is a person who has unlocked the shackles of genes, and should not be a slave to genes anymore. But I can't just ignore death. I have already sent a battalion of soldiers to rescue you, to help you fight a bloody road, but not to let you come back, but to let you continue to explore north." The words on the other side made Bob extremely angry. Are you still exploring north? Are you crazy? Isn't it enough for such a strong group of lemmings to find out? The forest in the north is extremely cold. What species will survive? The commander of the backup force and the communication equipment still ignored Bob's anger, and continued to calmly say, "Of course this discovery is not enough. We are here to explore the entire North Pole. In addition, traces of wolves have been found in the north, and wolves are also migrating to the north. So I can go to rescue you. But after the rescue, you must lead the team members under your command and continue to explore north." These words were very cold, and the fig leaf was torn apart bloody. Even in such a dangerous situation, even if they have been attacked by a group of terrifying lemmings, Bob and the others still have to continue exploring north. Even Bob tasted something different from the words. "Have traces of wolves been found in the Arctic? You must know that they were the first to search for the troops, and they didn't find the wolves. So how did the backup troops know? Unless they are not the only new human team following this quest." Thinking of this, Bob in anger calmed down instantly. Yes, how could the military decision makers put all their eggs in one basket? And their new human team, which is exploring at the forefront, is probably just a guinea pig for the road in the eyes of the decision makers. How could it be possible to stop this exploration activity because they were attacked? After calming down, Bob gritted his teeth and controlled his emotions, saying, "If you don't take our lives seriously, you really won't be afraid that we will turn our backs and quit. Will you finish playing with us?" Bob's words made the commander of the backup force on the opposite side chuckle before saying, "Major Bob, it's better not to be so impulsive. After all, your family members still have to survive under the official rule. If you die in battle, we will return to you. There will be some pensions for your family to ensure their survival." Speaking of this, the commander of the backup force put away his chuckle, and then became extremely serious and cold. "But if you dare to betray the water, I believe someone will make your whole family, young and old, and even everyone you care about. Life is worse than death. You should know how much the military punishes traitors." The commander's words defeated Bob's line of defense. As long as he was a man, his weakness would definitely be his family. Bob gritted his teeth and cursed, "Bastard." But Bob also knew from the bottom of his heart that what the commander said was true. They could only continue to explore towards the north. There was no way out. So after a while, Bob, who had recovered from his emotions, continued to summon the team members on the walkie-talkie to desperately resist the impact of the rat wave. Waiting for the source of backup troops. "Fight for humanity." In the walkie-talkie, from time to time, such a very passionate voice, but full of bitterness and sarcasm, sounded. Soon more than 1,000 people from the backup force appeared on the battlefield. Countless artillery, multiple launch vehicles, armed helicopters that took off, and the invincible 6th-generation invincible fighter jets all arrived forcibly in the terrifying rat tide. A bloody path was torn for Bob and the others, but within a short while, there was an endless counterattack from the rat wave, and even in addition to the original 2 alien beasts, several more beasts were added to the rat wave. One of the giant lemmings even reached the size of *** meters. A lemming can grow to a size of *** meters. One can imagine its monstrous strength. Squeak! With a loud roar to the sky, the instruments of several armed helicopters were shattered and fell down. The giant lemming has a speed of 200 to 300 meters per second. It can be said to be like wind and electricity. There are no tanks or artillery that can aim at it. In the snow and ice splashing all the way, I don't know how many heavy tanks were overturned, and how many artillery pieces were smashed to scrap. Many elite human fighters looked at this giant lemming, and their eyes were full of horror. However, in the battle between the rat tide and thousands of people, Several heavy tanks of the new human team, including Bob, managed to get out of the siege. Although there were only a dozen or so people left, they were considered to have survived after all. But those who survived still faced the task of exploring further north to the North Pole. They had just arrived at the outer edge of the North Pole and encountered such a terrifying wave of rats. None of them knew what kind of terrifying mutant creatures they would encounter next. As for the human fighters behind, Bob knew that they might all be buried in the rat tide. And even after this tragic battle on the Arctic ice field, the backup force also passed the news of the terrifying rat swarm found in this battle back to human society. After passing it back, it immediately caused an uproar in human society. Those in power of all major forces are horrified by the terrifying rat swarm in this video and photo. In the cold North Pole, where the signal disappeared, there really was a terrifying mutant creature. Now that the exploration of the North Pole has made preliminary discoveries, will it be far before the time for the discovery of terrifying mutant creatures in the Antarctic, tropical rainforests and other areas? There are materials and videos provided by the search force, and they have been discussed by all parties in the Science Alliance analysis. The danger index of this giant lemming and its group jumped to the 37th place on the list of danger index of alien beasts. This is because there is not too much detailed data, otherwise the ranking of this giant lemming may still rise. The ones that can be on the alien beast danger index list are all mutated creatures that humans cannot kill with technological killers, so the strength of each one is extremely terrifying. At the same time, all forces have also expressed their affirmation of Russia's fastest discovery in this exploration of the Arctic, and they are also paying more attention to the next Arctic exploration discovery. If there are even more terrifying mutant creatures, what measures should humans take to deal with them? There are some dark clouds over the hearts of those in power of many forces. And at this time, Su Lin, who was in the Arctic adventure land, did not know about the great battle in the Southern Territory. It has been several days since the Land of Unified Adventures. After dominating the Land of Adventure, Su Lin also found more than 70 energy fruits in the territories and caves of various alien species. Among them, the nests of Arctic silver foxes and exotic peregrine falcons are the most. After harvesting more than 70 energy fruits, Su Lin also generously allocated more than 20 energy fruits according to the battle achievements this time. Little Lone Wolf kills lemmings of different species and gets 6 pieces. The cousin and the jackal killed 13 alien species below level 10, and also subdued more than 20 alien species below level 10, and obtained a total of 8 energy fruits, 5 for the cousin and 3 for the jackal. Xiao Wei, Xiao Bai, Wangsong, and Baixong also killed several Arctic silver foxes, each of which was divided into 2. 4 of them have already been rewarded with the essence parts of different species of birds, so the energy fruit is naturally less. The rest of the wolves and bears were also given a lot of different flesh and blood as rewards for this war. During this period of digestion and absorption, each member of the wolf pack can be said to be rapidly improving their respective strengths. At present, in this land of forest adventures, except for some common species, almost all the alien species belong to the wolves. Now the number of alien species in the wolf pack has reached the peak in history, but the wolf pack is still expanding. During this period, fan wolves, brokener, xiaobai, etc. will recruit wandering wolves and bears from the land of adventure and the surrounding cold Arctic ice fields. As the number of members grew, the arrogance of the wolves became more and more powerful, and these days have been hovering high in the sky, and the alien species of Arctic tern and alien rock ptarmigan, who only dare to rest on the top of the iceberg even when they sleep. Looking at such a powerful wolf pack, I knew in my heart that it might not only be a place of adventure, but also usher in an era where wolves are respected. I am afraid that all species in the entire Arctic ice sheet in the future will tremble under the majesty of wolves. The strength of the wolves has increased by more than several times than before the expedition. At this time, Su Lin, with golden brown wolf eyes, is leading the little lone wolf, little gray, cousin and other alien species to patrol the place of adventure. This area with abundant aquatic plants will also be one of the most important territories of wolves in the future. With the aquatic plants here, it means that many herbivorous populations can be supported to thrive, which will completely solve the food problem of the wolves. During this formal inspection, Su Lin also had a general understanding of the species in the Land of Adventures. The Land of Adventures covers 20,000 to 30,000 square kilometers, which is equivalent to a large and medium-sized city. In such a vast area, apart from some tyrannical alien species, there are naturally many ordinary species: moose, red deer, muskox, etc. These herbivorous populations add up to about a few hundred heads. Su Lin let out a low howl and ordered his cousin to find dozens of female wolves in the future and keep an eye on these herbivorous species. Of course, you have to tell the members of the wolves not to hunt and kill these species casually. After all, this is the future food source of the wolves, and there can be no mistakes. Now the wolves have to provide protection to these herbivores so that they can quickly return to normal reproduction. As time goes by, when these herbivorous populations really multiply to a certain extent, it is time for them to play a role for the wolf pack food. You must know that many times, the shopping and fighting in the Arctic ice field are all for food. In the cruel nature, the most important thing is not money and power, but food and power. With these two things, it can be regarded as having the real right to speak in the Arctic ice field. Therefore, the importance of a stable food source is self-evident. After inspecting the territory of the wolves, Su Lin also found dozens of scattered lynxes hiding in the land of adventures. Although these lynxes are extremely capable of hiding, they still show their traces under Surin's powerful senses. But he didn't let the wolves kill the lynxes. These lynxes are common species. They don't have a big appetite, and their frontal combat capabilities are not high. There is no threat to the rule of the wolves at all, and keeping these lynxes can be regarded as adding more vitality to the land of adventures. At present, except for these herbivorous species and the solitary lynx, in the entire land of adventures, almost all the rest belong to the wolves. The strength and scale of the wolves have reached an unprecedented level. The number of female wolves led by the cousin and the jackal has reached more than 300, and each female wolf now has the strength of the middle and late stages of level 6, and some of the female wolves have broken through to level 7. Among them, 2 new alien species were born, but the growth potential of these 2 alien species is not high. Su Lin did not give them a code name. The male wolves led by the little lone wolf also reached a scale of more than 200. Most of the male wolves have broken through to level 7, and many of them have reached the middle and late level of level 7. During this period, 3 alien species were born among the male wolves, but they were all assigned to the elite wolf clan led by Xiao Hui by Su Lin. The little lone wolf has no objection to this point, because it knows that everything it has is given by the Wolf King. Any member of the wolf pack, the Wolf King also has the power to kill. Any decision made by the Wolf King, the little lone wolf will support and complete it without compromise. Now the female wolves led by the cousin and the male wolves led by the little lone wolf accounted for 70% to 80% of the wolf pack. Once gathered together, there will be more than 600 wolf clans, which can be described as monstrous. Such a terrifying pack of wolves is unprecedented in the Arctic ice sheet. The rest of the elite wolf clan led by Xiao Hui. This group of elite wolf clan is carefully selected from the pack of wolves, with good growth potential. Among the several times of distributing different kinds of flesh and blood, it is also the most. Therefore, during this period of rest, all 6 of them evolved into alien species in one breath. It can be said that of the 20 or so elite wolf clan led by Xiao Hui, nearly half of them have evolved into alien species. Although the number of elite wolves is small, their combat power is extremely astonishing. Su Lin, who has a human IQ, knows that in the real battlefield of life and death, the strength of an elite soldier is often far greater than that of a large army. Once this elite wolf clan really grows up, whether it is to execute beheading tactics or sharp knife tactics in the future, it will become an invincible blade among the wolves. As for the bear clan under Xiao Bei's command, it also expanded again during this period, reaching the number of more than 50 bear clan. It's just that the bear clan needs to be piled up into different species with pure energy, and the flesh and blood of the different species required is far from comparable to that of the wolf clan. Therefore, the number of xenomorphs of the bear clan has not increased during this period of time, and there are still only Xiaobai, Wengsong and Baekisong. Even so, the strength gathered by more than 50 bears should not be underestimated. And after devouring the flesh and blood of different species many times, the strength of these bear clans has been greatly enhanced than before. There's even a polar bear up to level 20. Although this polar bear is still an ordinary species, its sturdy size and strength are not inferior to ordinary 10-level alien species. Surin also gave this polar bear the codename Ice Bear. This ice bear always likes to break the ice and go to the sea to hunt some seals, walruses and beluga whales alone things. After bringing them back, they would only share the food with the Big Eater Bear clan after consulting Su Lin and Xiao Bai. This time Su Lin also took advantage of the opportunity to promote Ice Bear to Xiao Bei's deputy, equal in status to Yilang. These are the regular members of the wolf pack at present, but the biggest strength of the wolf pack expansion these days is not here. Instead, surrender to the 30-odd alien species, an Arctic silver fox under the command of the wolves. More than 30 different species, Arctic silver foxes. There is no doubt that this is the biggest strength improvement under the expansion of the wolf pack. Of course, there is no need to say much about the strength of the Arctic silver fox, that is, Su Lin, who was gifted with many monsters, was defeated. Otherwise, it would be absolutely impossible for the rest of the alien species to take down the Arctic Silver Fox clan without paying the price of blood. In addition, there are more than 30 alien species, although most of them are 7 or 8 level alien species, but their growth potential far exceeds that of ordinary species. If cultivated well, future achievements are limitless. During this period of time, due to the increasing strength of the wolves and the suppression of Selene, these alien species and Arctic silver foxes, who surrendered to the wolves, even if they were a little cautious, have all been taken back. In order to quickly integrate into the pack of wolves, many alien species have frequently expressed their friendship and goodwill with the higher-ranking Little Lone Wolf and Little Gray in the wolf pack. As for the Wolf King, none of the other species dared to go, because the aura rising from Su Lin's body is too tyrannical. It only takes a glance of his eyes to make all the aliens tremble with fear. Facing such an invincible Wolf King, no alien dared to come forward to flatter him. After all, they had just entered the pack of wolves, and they were afraid that if they made any move to dissatisfy the Wolf King, it would really be a dead end. Facing these all members of the heterogeneous race, Su Lin didn't make any gestures. After they joined the pack, they were left to hang out. But for the Arctic Silver Fox, Su Lin signaled the Little Lone Wolf to send a lot of flesh and blood over the past few days. The Arctic Silver Fox that surrenders to the wolves is a female Arctic Silver Fox. It has the common silver hair of the Arctic Silver Fox, which can change color according to the environment and its own thoughts, but there are dots of red spots on the tip of the tail. So Su Lin gave this Arctic Silver Fox the code name Red Tail. In these days, Red Tail has gradually recovered from the impact of the last war. She also felt the extra care of the Wolf King. In the Arctic ice sheet, all species are not too hypocritical. Now that he has surrendered to the wolves, Red Tail no longer puts on the high airs he once had. She started to lead the family of Arctic foxes, and was gradually getting in touch with the wolves. Arctic foxes are naturally alert and dexterous, and are good at tracking and hiding, but in a frontal battle, 10 Arctic foxes may not be able to contend with a pack of wolves. Therefore, Surin does not plan to use Arctic foxes to participate in frontal battles in the future, but to make them capable of tracking and reconnaissance tasks among wolves. The other 30-odd alien species were not treated so well because of their new additions. This time the wolves will reward different kinds of flesh and blood, and naturally they will not have their share. So in the past few days, many alien races saw that ordinary wolves and bear tribes could feast on the delicious and tempting flesh and blood of alien species, and they were all drool all over the floor. There are even several alien species trying to cheat from some ordinary wolves by crushing their IQs in order to eat some alien flesh and blood, but soon they were all taught a lesson by the Little Lone Wolf. An alien species that fought back against the Little Lone Wolf over its own strength was also bitten off by the Little Lone Wolf with its hind limbs and spine. Throw it in the ice and snow, let it howl miserably, because the Little Lone Wolf knew that to kill this alien species, he could only frighten him for a moment, and let it howl miserably in this way, but it can make all the aliens understand the fate of trying to resist the wolves. The miserable howling of this alien species will also completely strengthen their awe of the wolves in their hearts. At this time, after inspecting the land of adventures, Su Lin led Little Lone Wolf, Little Hui and others back to the cave. When I came back, I saw a group of aliens who were so hungry that their bodies were limp and lying on the ground, weak. During these days of starvation, most of the sharp angles and edges of these newly added alien species have been smoothed out. Su Lin felt it was time. Although these alien species, that were once scattered throughout the land of adventures, have good growth potential and combat power, but if you want to completely twist them into a rope to fight, you often need more than just force and deterrence, because deterrence by force can only make them symbolically charge for the wolves. Once they encounter a real strong enemy, they may run faster than anyone else. Therefore, the reward and incentive system is essential, and it is also necessary to select a strong man who can truly lead this group of alien species. Su Lin signaled the Little Lone Wolf to drag out 2,000 to 3,000 caddies of foreign flesh and blood from the cave. Not long after, the Little Lone Wolf came out dragging a carcass of a musk ox that had been killed by the wolves before. This alien musk ox weighs more than a ton. Following Su Lin's signal, the Little Lone Wolf threw the flesh and blood of the alien species directly in front of the 30-odd alien species. Pong! A full meal of multiple muskox carcasses fell on the ice, and there was a dull landing sound. It is also this sound that makes many different species feel like one. Operation timed out after 60,001 milliseconds with 4,062 bytes received. At this time, the fighting in the land of adventures became more and more intense, and it was extremely rare for more than 30 different species to fight. The noisy roars and fighting sounds caused by these heterogeneous melees also made the wolves and bears in the cave look over. However, seeing that it was not an invasion by foreign enemies, most of them lay down on their own places and began to rest. Because killing and fighting are part of their daily life for them, they will not arouse much interest in watching the battle at all. Only some wolves who have evolved into alien species and have not low IQ have observed the fighting habits of these different species, in case they are needed in the future. The fierce fights of these different races couldn't stop for a while, so Su Lin let the little lone wolf watch here, and he returned to the cave with Xiao Hui and other alien species. The daily life of wolves is hunting and resting. Now, after going through successive battles, and finally dominating the land of adventure, the wolves under his command have all fallen into the most comfortable rest period. At this time, the alien flesh and blood allocated by the Wolf King has not been eaten, so naturally there is no need to worry about food. All the wolves cuddled together in 2s and 3s, or licked their companions' hair, or just rested on their stomachs. Among them, Brokener and Fan Lang also found their spouses. The spouse is a level 7 female wolf, under the command of the cousin, and her strength is not bad. Now they are hiding in a corner with their spouses, working hard for the reproduction of the next generation of wolves. Many high wolves who do not have the status of wolves are a little envious. At the same time, there is an expression of expectation in his eyes, hoping that he can climb to the second wolf status as soon as possible. Among other wolves, Wolf Yi may be able to do it with a strength of 5 or 6 levels. But among the wolves under Su Lin's command, the status of the second wolf is already very precious, and the requirements for strength are also extremely strong. Those who can become the second wolf status are almost all alien species. The only ordinary species of ice bear also has the strength of up to level 20. If it can evolve into a different species in the future, then its strength can be said to skyrocket. As for the rest of the second wolves, now the weakest ones, the disabled wolves, have reached the strength of the late level 8, and they are not far from level 9. The jackal, which was taken extra care by Su Lin, has abundant flesh and blood of different species, and was assigned 3 energy fruits, and its strength has improved by leaps and bounds. It has broken through level 10 and is still growing rapidly. It can be seen from this that Jackal's talent potential is indeed much stronger than that of his cousin. The remaining members of the second wolf status, such as cousin, little gray, wolf sister, gray little wolf, warm bear, white bear, etc., have reached level 10 or above. Not only the size of the wolf pack, it ushered in a big expansion during this period, and even the many alien forces under Su Lin's command also ushered in a window of rapid growth. In addition, after dominating the land of adventures, the energy fruits grown from the aquatic plants will also belong to the wolves exclusively. Su Lin has inspected in detail any area where energy fruits are produced in the land of adventures, and he has a general understanding in his heart. The land of adventures of these 2 to 30,000 square kilometers can roughly produce about 50 or 60 energy fruits every 3 months. That is to say, about 200 energy fruits can be produced a year. In such a vast land of adventure, this amount of output is not too surprising. However, more than 200 energy fruits per year can be obtained for a long time. The long flow of water has a considerable effect on the rapid growth of wolf pack members. For Su Lin, it is also equivalent to a stable way to obtain evolutionary value. After Su Lin returned to the cave, with a thought, he took out the talent serum obtained from the last time he captured several alien species. A few days ago, after killing the alien species, Su Lin obtained 4 complete talent serums, and 3 defective ones. The reason for the 3 defective products is that the innate essence of the essence part swallowed later was too serious. However, with 7 talent essences, Su Lin felt that there must be another talent to reach full level today. Although it is easier to obtain the talent serum at present, after each talent reaches the full level, the improvement of the talent serum to Su Lin will be minimal. So now Su Lin wants to start a new talent again. In this thought, reinforcement begins. Ding! Is the talent serum used? Use? As always, the familiar warm current appeared on the wolf's body, limbs and bones. After the warm current surged for a while, it was quickly absorbed. A light gray message prompt appeared in front of Su Lin's eyes. A level wolf howling talent enhancement progress 1/5. After the progress value is completed, it will be promoted to S level Sirius Siao. Sirius Siao. Su Lin looked at the light gray message prompt, and a gleam of light flashed in a pair of wolf eyes. The names of the talents have all changed. It can be seen that once the talent of Howling Wolf is successfully promoted, it will undergo earth-shaking changes. Today's wolf roar talents have a killing range of up to 20 kilometers. Su Lin also wanted to know what kind of power the talent of Howling Wolf would achieve after being promoted to S level. In these 2 expeditions to the Land of Adventures, the help of Lang Xiao's talent is not insignificant. If he didn't have the talent for howling wolves, Su Lin might be able to capture and kill these few birds, but it would take more time and energy than he imagined. After absorbing a talent serum, Su Lin took out another talent serum to use without hesitation. Ding! Is the talent serum used? Use? Another talent serum was used, and the warm current emerged again. The warm current is absorbed very quickly, which also means that no new talents are born, and the enhancements are just the original talents. Soon, a light gray message prompt appeared again. A level wolf howling talent enhancement progress 2/5. After the progress value is completed, it will be promoted to S level serious howling moon talent 2 out of 5. Su Lin did not accidentally strengthen the talent of howling wolf again, because the healing talent and the stealth talent can't be upgraded. Only the hunting talent and wolf howling talent are left. He had no regrets, and continued to take out the talent serum, and use it. Time is also quietly passing through the talent strengthening time and time again. In the cave, Little Hui, cousin, Little Grey Wolf and Wolf Sister are all guarding the Wolf King. Their wolf bodies have also grown to about 4 meters, and they have already broken through the upper limit of the size of wolves, and they have all begun to evolve towards the size of giant beasts. At present, the atmosphere of the wolves in the cave is peaceful and quiet. It's just that outside the cave, the noisy fighting of more than 30 different species is still heard. It was also mixed with the miserable wailing sounds of some alien species, and these miserable wailing sounds also meant the defeat of one alien species after another. Amidst the miserable howls of the alien species outside, time passed quickly, and several hours passed in a blink of an eye. During these few hours, the howls of these alien species became weaker and weaker. In the end, there were only the feeding sounds of several different species. This means that these alien species outside have already separated the strong and weak by relying on head-to-head shopping. It has long been a law that the strongest among wolves eat first, even if it is the alien flesh and blood distributed by Su Lin. If the weak wolves are snatched by the strong wolves, no one will speak up, because this is the normal state among wolves. The strong are respected. Among wolves, if you don't have strength, you can only eat leftovers. Of course, the members of the wolf pack have been getting along for 2 or 3 months, and they won't do too much. After these alien species were separated into strong and weak ones, the little lone wolf went into the cave to ask his boss how to train these alien species next. The little lone wolf is still the strongest existence in the wolf pack except Selin. After devouring several more pure fruits, his strength has reached the late stage of level 17. It is estimated that it will be officially promoted to level 18 in a few days. Even the little lone wolf has awakened a new talent, Bloodthirsty Asylum. This talent was also possessed by the alien reindeer king back then. It is a group bonus talent, which can stimulate the bloodthirsty and murderous nature of the subordinates, and can also suppress pain and improve strength. With such a talent, the little lone wolf will lead the pack of wolves under his command in the future, and will have even more powerful combat power. After the little lone wolf entered the cave, Su Lin also officially used up all the talent serums. Hunting talent still has not been promoted. However, with the talent of Howling Wolf, he got his wish and got promoted to S rank. At this time, the introduction of the S-level Wolf Roar talent appeared in front of Su Lin's eyes. Serious Xiaoyu, S-level, top level, active talent. It can launch a wolf howling sound wave attack. The attack speed is 10 times the speed of sound. The killing range is 50 kilometers, and the killing power is 70% of the peak attack power of the host. The sound wave of howling wolves will be accompanied by the phantom of howling wolves, which can improve the morale and combat power of the wolf clan within a radius of 10 kilometers. Number of attacks, 10 times. Cooldown, 24 hours. Note, after more than 10 times, it will enter the cooling time. During this time, if you use the talent of Howling Wolf forcibly, a large amount of vitality will be deducted. Serious Xiao. When Su Lin really watched the S-level wolf howling talent, he couldn't help being a little excited. This time the talent of Howling Wolf has been promoted to S-level. Not only the attack speed, power and killing range have been improved. What surprised him even more was that it could boost the morale and combat power of the wolves within a radius of 10 kilometers. This Serious Xiao is now not only a sonic attack talent, but also a group bonus talent. With such a talent, in the future, Su Lin will lead the pack of wolves to push across the Arctic ice sheet, which will give him more confidence. At this time, Su Lin felt a little excited, and after a while, he moved his eyes away from the talent introduction of Serious Xiao. Today, I used up all the talent serums, and my strength has once again improved a lot. At present, Su Lin has even started to plan how to explore the mysterious iceberg, after waiting for the wolves to develop for a period of time, because he still remembers at least dozens of all kinds of exotic flowers and plants in the mysterious iceberg. That's where the purest energy is. If he can get it, Su Lin's strength will also get a brand new promotion. You can even feel the genetic level, and new transformations will occur. It took a long time for Su Lin's excited mood to gradually calm down. At this time, he also sensed the alien species outside the cave, who had already decided the outcome. So suppress the excitement in my heart. Get up and walk out of the cave. At this time, the strong smell of blood outside the cave permeated every corner. As soon as he walked out, Su Lin could feel the bloody smell rushing towards his face. These 30-odd alien species really fought for food in such a big melee. I don't know how many different species fell on the ice layer, blood scattered all over the place. Su Lin, who had already calmed down from his excitement, swept across the audience with a pair of golden brown wolf eyes. 7 or 8 alien species were found, and they were devouring the flesh and blood of the musk oxen. These alien species are all 9th level alien species, and one of the alien species Arctic falcons has the least injury on its wings, and it is enjoying the fattest part of the alien muskox's abdomen. It can be seen that the biggest winner of this melee should be the Arctic falcon. With a thought in Su Lin's mind, the numerical attributes of this alien Arctic falcon appeared in front of his eyes. Species, Arctic falcon, exotic, level 9, vitality, 1052, stamina, 112, strength, 108, defense, 82, speed, 139. This Arctic falcon has good attributes. With such attributes and strength, coupled with the advantage of air supremacy, it is indeed qualified to be the champion in this big melee. Since this Arctic falcon has not reached level 10, in that great battle, Wei Wei followed a group of birds of different species to aid the Arctic silver fox family, but he also escaped the murder. In fact, with the advantage of flying in the sky, the Arctic falcon can escape the siege of wolves just like the alien rock ptarmigan and the alien tern. But because the Arctic falcons are used to enjoying the fat prey here in the land of adventure, once they really leave, there is no place in this cold Arctic that has so many prey. At that time, I am afraid that even the acquisition of food will be a problem. Therefore, in order to survive in the future, the Arctic falcons are among the first batch of alien species that actively surrendered to the wolves. In this melee, he also showed his powerful combat power and potential. Surin doesn't intend to treat it badly, and it will become the leader of this group of alien species in the future. This Arctic falcon has black feathers that are perfectly compatible with the pitch black night, so Surin gave it the codename Nighthawk. At this time, with the arrival of the Wolf King, the extremely overbearing aura was suppressed, and the several alien species that were eating all looked over quickly. After seeing the huge Wolf King with a size of more than 11 meters, the fierceness they just killed is fading crazily, because they can fight against alien species with similar strength, for the right to eat, for survival, and fight with their lives. But how dare they compete with such a Wolf King, who is full of invincibility? You must know that the kings one after another in this adventure all died under the wolf's claws of Su Lin in front of you. Arctic silver fox, muskox king, reindeer king, alien grizzly bear, alien peregrine falcon, alien snow owl, alien lynx couple, alien polar bear, etc. Which one is not the strong man who once ran amok in this land of adventures? But in the end the ending is bloody icefield. So just one look from the Wolf King made them feel almost suffocated. But Su Lin came this time, except to promote a strong man to lead this group of alien species. All that needs to be done is to eliminate the non-violent and murderous alien species. Those alien species who only had some minor injuries on their bodies, but did not dare to go shopping, were all caught by Su Lin's golden brown wolf eyes in no time. Following the signal of a howling wolf, the little lone wolf rushed towards these alien species, like a gust of purple-gray wind. Ah! Roar! Noisy roars exploded in this cold area. For a while, they didn't know what mistake they had made, so they attracted the order of the Wolf King to kill them. But they still tried to express their loyalty to the Wolf King by howling. It's just that Su Lin's golden brown wolf eyes are full of indifference, without any expression, because they dare not fight for it, under the encouragement of different kinds of flesh and blood, and it is even more impossible to sincerely work hard for the wolves in the future. Instead of wasting food to raise such a group of alien species that seek advantages and avoid disadvantages, it is better to kill them as rations for wolves. At this time, all of them are alien species that are not even level 10. Even if they desperately want to survive, they can't stop the slaughter of the little lone wolf at all. For a moment, the bloody internal organs were scattered all over the place, and the strong smell of blood suddenly became more pungent. This scene also shocked those alien species that ate the flesh and blood of the muskox. If it was said that they were afraid of the Wolf King's strength before, then now they are truly horrified and terrified by the Wolf King's murderous nature. The little bit of luck in my heart, the little bit of arrogance that I felt as a heterogeneous species, has completely disappeared. Alien species don't seem to be very precious in front of the Wolf King. With the Wolf King's order, how many alien species were killed wantonly in an instant? It was this bloody killing that deepened their fear of the wolves and the Wolf King. Their lives are not on their own. Life and death are all in the Wolf King's thought. The blood of the alien species stained the ice around the cave, and fear permeated the hearts of each alien species. But this is not enough. Su Lin once again looked with a pair of golden-brown wolf eyes at the remaining 20 alien species that could no longer fight due to serious injuries. Among them, there are several alien species that have been injured to the source, but they are just relying on their tenacious vitality to hold on. Unless there are rare flowers and plants rich in the essence of life like iceberg lotus, these heads of different species will not be able to recover. So Su Lin let out a low howl accompanied by mental fluctuations, and signaled these alien species to get up and bite to death those alien species whose heads had been injured. It's not that Su Lin is cruel, but in the cruel world of ice and snow, there is no place for the weak, nor is there any pity and love for the weak. These alien species that hurt the origin are hopeless, and the wolves will not waste food and raise a few wastes. In many cases, death is also a relief for them. Following the order of the Wolf King, these seriously injured alien species struggled to get up, then they glanced at each other, and they all became ruthless and bit at the alien species that had injured their heads.
Thank you for watching Mystic Realms Recap. Please like, share and subscribe. Have a great day.